Okay, let's open them up. So with this build, you don't even need to use a regex filter, especially when it's fully done. We can do all the modifiers. Yeah. So you just juice them up and you run it. That powerful is the build. You know, usually you need to use a regex filter to filter out the bad modifiers. For this build, you don't need. Is today we clean the inventory. My boy, I hate when I have a full inventory, but I have a problem. So all my stash tabs are filled. So managing my inventory, it's a pain. I literally don't have any stash tab that's empty. So I could destroy manually. Yeah, I can do it like this after the map. So all my stash tabs are filled. That's why I'm struggling to manage my inventory. Okay, let's see where we go. I mean, we can go here. I get a lot of experience. We cannot use tablets because this is a unique map, but I'll do it. My boy, they fixed the grenades. Bobby. So in patch 0.5, they worked on the grenades for visual effects. They look better. And performance is better in 0.5. So whatever you see now on the screen, it will be better in the next patch. They had an interview with Ziggy D and they told about grenade visual clarity. And they said that they worked on it. You won't see this crap anymore, yeah? Oh man, I don't need too many stash tabs. I already have 30. When the new league starts, I will have plenty of space. You know what's funny? If I do Abyss, I get more experience than here. So if I run Abyss in maps, I get much more experience than Untainted Paradise. We're gonna wait for the patch notes. We're gonna check them together. When more people will join the stream, I'm gonna check all the YouTube videos that they published. So GGG published a series of videos. We're gonna check them together and I will give you my opinion on them. Pretty much in 30 minutes. Drella, welcome. Yeah, so I'm using cheap items here, yeah. Everything was done on stream. The crossbow that you have here, you can craft it deterministically for cheap. People might get scared. Oh, look, you have gem levels, you have maximum. Man, you can craft this with league start prices for 1 divine. I literally crafted 20 crossbows. So for the last few days when I played online, I crafted more than 20. This is a very cheap deterministic craft. You can craft a crossbow like this, which is sufficient for the endgame for like 1 divine or with league start prices. Boss, do you think ballistas will work on other classes? Of course they will work, but Warbringer is the best. So you cannot beat Warbringer. First of all, you get 1 extra ballista, yeah? And it's not like on Mercenary. On Mercenary, you get 1 extra ballista, but it's conditional. It forces you to pair it up with another attack skill, so they fire. So it's conditional. You get 1 extra totem, but it's conditional. You need to press much more buttons. It's stressful. Here, you get 1 extra totem, and that's it. Not only that, each time when you summon a totem, you get extra minions that buff you. So you get totems and minions with this node is busted. Also, it's very tanky. The totems will absorb damage. 20% of the damage that you take gets redirected to a totem, so this will make you tanky. You also have a shield that will absorb damage, this one. So if things get spicy, you can activate the shield. And not to mention, you can break the armor of the enemies without using another skill. So when grenades detonate, they will naturally break the armor. So you cannot, man, this is best in slot for totems, especially for ballistas. On my weapon slot, it's a random mace and a random shield, so I can use lip slam. So you see, when you put lip slam, it switches to a mace. Let me kill this. Look here, check my inventory. So I put lip slam, it switches automatically to mace and shield. Random, doesn't matter. Random mace, random shield. So this is just in order to use lip slam. Sometimes you need to pass impossible terrain, you need to jump. And I'm using lip slam here. So it's utility skill. You know, of course, so when I play this game, I want to play lazy. I don't like combo play, I want to relax. You know, I don't want a lot of map awareness. I have map awareness, but I don't want to stress too much. So for me, it's essential to play a lazy build, and defenses are also important. I don't like squishy builds, and I don't like builds where you press too many buttons, so not for me. Even in Path of Exile 1, most of my builds are maximum 2 buttons. You will not see builds from me where you press a lot of buttons. And the builds that I give, I play them. So this is a build that I personally league started in 0.3 and 0.4, so it's a build that I tested personally. So it's a build that I like and I play, it's not garbage. Yes, you can, but when it's maxed. I did it on stream actually, multiple times. So if you want to do Uber mode Arbiter of Ash, you can, but you need to max the build. Here I'm using cheap items. Let's be clear, I'm using cheap items. If you want to do Uber Arbiter of Ash, you need to invest like more than 200 diviners. It will no longer be cheap. Here I'm playing with cheap items. I level a warrior recently from level 1 to do the league start progression. No, it will not be true. So if creators make POBs and they paywall them, you know, you need to pay for the POB, people will just skip them, will go to another creator. So majority of the creators, they already give free build guides, you know, why? And the people that will paywall their guides, people will skip them anyway. And you know, paywalling a build was like 10 years ago. So I could understand making a build guide and you made them pay for the guide like 10 years ago. But now internet is so vast, you have information everywhere that it's simply not reliable. So if you're trying to paywall a build guide, it's not reliable anymore. So this was a thing maybe 20 years ago, but not today. So you have so many resources on the internet, it's impossible not to find maybe even the same build. Maybe you find the same build actually. Yeah, so this was a thing like 20 years ago, no longer. Man, you need to understand for league start you need a cheap build, yeah? So this is the Warbringer, this is an extremely cheap build. So you don't want an expensive build, yeah? So that's about my shaman build. It's great, but you require more than 100 diviners. This is better because it's cheap. You can do waste on 15-16 for like 1 divine, 2 diviners, and you can do it quite comfortably. Let me do some abyss actually. This is what I will do after I finish the Atlas. I will go into Abyss, but keep in mind my build can do all the content from the game. So you can do all the content from the game with this build, even on 1-2 divines. I mean, of course, not Urban Arbiter. I'm talking about pinnacle bosses. I'm talking about Expedition, Abyss, Breach, etc. This is what I'm referring. Let me see where I have it. This we take. This is a modifier that I love. It says map has 35% chance to contain 4 additional abysses. So this is a modifier that I love. Usually I use 3 abyssal tablets and I farm them like this, and inside the map you have a lot of abysses everywhere. And this is my strategy for the next league. So I'll open a maps with 3 random tablets. I just focus on this modifier so I don't overpay for juicing. Map have chance to contain 4 additional abysses, and we're gonna have a lot of abysses inside the map. Let me show you. Let's open a map. Okay. Let's juice it. I'm juicing it very aggressively. So I'm having a very strong build here. I can juice it very aggressively. Let's put some slums. So this is another benefit of the build. You don't need to read the modifiers. You know, some builds require a regex filter. Here you just put it and you hit it. Of course, there are some modifiers that you need to pay more attention, but you'll get used to it. The new fragment tab, if you play Path of Exile 1, you get it for free. So if you have the fragment tab in Path of Exile 1, in Path of Exile 2, you receive it for free. If you don't have it, you need to wait for 0.5 to be released in 8 days, yeah? You can buy it in 8 days. My boy, this is the build that you see on the screen. So this was my league starter in 0.3, this was my league starter in 0.4, and I'm gonna play it again in 0.5. Based on the patch notes, I will tweak it. So we're gonna read the patch notes together, and based on what we see there, I will tweak a little my build guide. If you want to see my build guide, you put exclamation mark build in the chat. You have the build guide there. I'm also preparing some reminder videos on YouTube. So after they release the patch notes, I'll make some reminder videos with what happened with my build. So this is a well-tested build. Was my starter. I started 0.3 and I started 0.4 with it. I'm making it again in 0.5. Probably in 6 hours. So the patch notes, I think it will be in 6 hours, yes. 6 hours. I think, this is my guess, I am guessing in 6 hours. So immediately after the patch notes, I will tweak my build guides and make a YouTube video, yeah? But we need to see the patch notes. Defenses are quite fine, but it will get much more tankier later. Here I'm using cheap items. But later it will get tanky. I mean, it's already quite tanky, but it will get even tankier. You need to pay attention to this one, Jade Shield, when to press it. So you have the Jade Shield. When things get spicy, you need to activate it. That's it. Look, I'll activate it here. Now you have a Guard Shield that will absorb damage. Get used to how to play it, yeah? You will love this build. We don't use mana, so you don't need to stress yourself about using a mana flask, using mana. The totems target and kill enemies for you. Defenses are great. It's very cheap, which is good for League Start. It can do all the content from the game. I mean, you love it. I don't play shit builds, you know me. Yeah, I took some area of effect also from the skill tree. My boy Shield Wall will get destroyed, let's be clear. So 80% of the warriors, they level up in the campaign with Shield Wall. It will get obliterated in the patch notes. So we're expecting, a lot of people are expecting with Shield Wall to get destroyed. You know, there are also some broken interactions where you can two-shot an Arc Boss. So Shield Wall, you can say bye-bye now. You're gonna see in the patch notes that they will destroy Shield Wall. This is my prediction. So say bye-bye to Shield Wall. I can tell you 100, I mean not 100, 90%. %80 of the current warriors, they level up with Shield Wall. It's broken as fuck. So literally, I'll go ask a warrior what he uses for leveling up. 80% of the players will say Shield Wall. Everyone is abusing Shield Wall. So of course it will get nerfed. Also, some people are exploiting Shield Wall. There are, again, they can two-shot an Arc Boss. So you have an Arc Boss with 2 attacks, they kill them. I'm telling you, Shield Wall will get destroyed. So it's the most overused skill for leveling Shield Wall. Most warriors use Shield Wall, especially even on hardcore. I'm telling you, it will get destroyed. Just wait and see. 6 hours. I'll be online and you will see. Man, we don't need to get information. It's personal experience. You know how things go. It will get destroyed, you'll see. When a skill is broken and overused, usually it's targeted for a nerf. So if you have a broken skill and you're overused by a lot of players, usually they will nerf him. Happens most of the times. So if you have a broken skill that's overused by majority of the players, be sure to be targeted in some way. You know, they tweak the numbers, they tweak the interaction, that something will happen to it. It's common sense. If you go now on YouTube and you put warrior leveling for the campaign, 80% of the players, they use Shield Wall. Everyone will use Shield Wall. Man, I love Abyss. This will be my first content that I will farm. And remember, I'm not using a perfect Jeweler's Orb here, yeah? So here we can put perfect Jeweler's Orb, we can put Elemental Armament too, it gives me more damage. Or we can put Rigwald's Ferocity, it gives me even more damage. So I'm not using a perfect Jeweler's Orb. I want to keep it as cheap as possible, the setup, yeah? So I'm doing a league start progression, and I want to show how efficient is the build without breaking the bank. I mean, without using expensive items. Many the build was already nerfed in 0.4, which was a quite a substantial nerf. So the totems have a delay now before attacking. So you put a totem and it will attack like after half a second. They added a delay. And this is a big nerf that they received. Yeah, who knows, maybe we get buffs indirectly. So we can get indirect buffs from the skill tree. They can add new nodes that can benefit my build, we're gonna see. So I'll stay online until they publish the patch notes and we're gonna check them together, that's the plan. So I'll stream until they reveal the patch notes. And even if you cannot be online, I'll make a video tomorrow on YouTube, yeah? You see, you get a lot of abysses. That's why I'm using tablets with 4 additional abyss. I have greater essence of abrasion. I use for crafting my crossbow. My boy, this is a bug, you know, sometimes you cannot finish the abyss. Anyone knows? I know, I'm a Saki boy, I need to do the essence. Shh. So the problem is the essence here, yeah. We need to check the modifiers in the patch notes for the new shotgun base. Okay, done. And I love this build. Also like my shaman build, so I have another build with shaman, it's also quite strong. Yeah. I know the cannon base, but we need to check the patch notes. We need to check the other modifiers that can spawn. And I really want to play on League Start. I mean, we have 8 more days, you know, pretty soon. Okay, let's do some upgrades for this build. So you've seen that the build is quite viable with cheap budget, but let's push it a little. I'm gonna push it a little after this map. Life leech from totems doesn't work. So when the totems do damage and life leech does not work with totems. If they do the damage, you don't receive the life. Now you see my life going up like this because I have a lot of life regeneration. So I'm stacking a lot of life regeneration. That's why, look at my life. I'm not pressing the flask. And it will get even better later. So my build has a lot of life regeneration and I will get even more later.
Face me.
The patch notes will be like in 6 hours, I think. Here I'm showcasing my build and we're gonna talk about the videos. I mean, we can talk now. Let's open YouTube and let's check the teasers that they published. Yeah, I'll give you my impression. Okay, so let's put it on the screen. I'll open the browser here. Give me a second. And we're gonna check them together. Give me a moment. Here, I already prepared it. So this is a recent video where they talked about Breach. Most of you already know the Breach rework from Path of Exile 1. So this Breach rework that they implemented in Path of Exile 2, we already have it in Path of Exile 1, yeah? I want to talk a little about the Genesis tree, but let's play it and I'll make stops and...
When you first do a breach in the endgame, you will find Aelith, one of the Keepers of the Flame, an ancient order of monks dedicated to preventing the Hiveborn from entering the world.
So what they did here, they implemented the breach mechanic from Path of Exile 1. Recently in Path of Exile 1, they added the reworked breach with the Genesis tree and all the other crap. They added it in order to test it for Path of Exile 2. So they used Path of Exile 1 as a testing ground for Path of Exile 2. So this mechanic was initially made for Path of Exile 2, but they want to test it first in Path of Exile 1. They are still using Path of Exile 1 as a testing ground, as a Guinea pig for Path of Exile 2. So this shows that they don't really care on the long run about Path of Exile 1. Their focus is just on Path of Exile 2. They're using Path of Exile 1 just to test new features in preparation for Path of Exile 2. This is important to notice.
As you seem to be a keen slayer of demons, Aelith would like to recruit you to the Order and asks that you travel to their monastery to the south. On the way there, you'll start to encounter more breaches, and will notice one of the first changes to the breach mechanic. You still have to kill monsters as fast as you can to keep the breach open.
They had to explain again all the mechanics because not everyone plays Path of Exile 1. You know, so we have some players that just play Path of Exile 2 and they didn't interact with Path of Exile 1. That's why they made this video, to explain the entire mechanic again.
But now you can visibly see how much time you have left to keep it open, and how each kill extends its duration. Once you've reached the monastery, you will learn more about the Keepers. In the 25 years since the events of Keepers of the Flame in Path of Exile 1, the war with the Hiveborn has not gone well, and they have managed to establish a foothold in the world nearby. A gigantic area has fallen to the Scourge, and the Keepers are unable to get inside. Inside the monastery is the Genesis Tree.
So this is the big part, the Genesis Tree, and I want to talk how it will affect Expedition. So some people would farm Expedition on Leakstar. Now it's way less profitable because of the Genesis Tree, especially with Tusion. So the biggest money maker on the first 10 days, 20 days was crafting jewelry with Tusion. Who knows, but now it will be less profitable. That's what I want to address. Man, check my, I have a spoon. Let me check, give me a second. Man, how you call the small spoon? This is for, this is quite big. How you call tablespoon? No, the small one is the tablespoon. This is a big spoon. So I didn't found my tablespoon. I used the big spoon here and stir my coffee. Look, I have a big spoon. Okay, let's play it again.
Powerful asset to the war effort, stolen from the enemy and gifted to the Keepers by the Dreamer himself.
This is a big spoon.
Using the tree, Aelith could create a breach stone and penetrate the Hiveborn foothold, but without Hive Blood, the tree has withered. To get Hive Blood, you will need to take advantage of another new mechanic of breach. If you can keep the otherworldly portal open for long enough, the breach will stabilize and will enter a new phase. The Hiveborn will send their toughest miscreations to defeat you, and the breach will not close until you can annihilate them, dropping Hive Blood that you can use to
may go directly to the Genesis Tree. Most of you already know these mechanics. You played Path of Exile 1, but I want to go to the Genesis Tree. Give me a sec.
These to the Genesis Tree, they can be used to craft items to help you in the war against the Hiveborn.
So you still drop
Given that
gifts.
25 years have passed since the beginning of the war, the tree has grown and withered many times, but with each cycle it learns and expands its abilities.
Abyss, of course.
When you first open the
Way
Genesis
better.
Tree, you will notice these holes into which you can place your womb gifts.
Okay, here I want to say. So if you say the womb gifts that you have in Path of Exile 2 are for belts, are for amulets, are for rings, ignore the currency. So this was Tusion pretty much. A lot of people were farming on Leakstar in Path of Exile 2 Expedition to craft resistance gear with Tusion, which was very profitable, me included. Some of you might know. So I was making a lot of profit in the first 10 days, crafting amulets and rings with resistances. You know, after you finish the campaign, you need to buy resistance gear to cap your resistances. Now there is a problem. I can see already a lot of people trying breach on Leakstar, yeah? And the market will be saturated with resistance gear early on. Which is a good thing also because you can buy cheaper items, but if you're planning to go with Expedition, it will be slightly less profitable on Leakstar. Now, if you try to craft with Tusion, they will be cheaper. So you have competition from the Genesis Tree where a lot of people will drop rings, belts and amulets. You see? So Expedition crafting will be slightly less profitable on Leakstar. I think Expedition will be great, but later. Not on Leakstar, because you have a lot of runes, you have some bosses that will give powerful uniques. So Expedition will be profitable, but not on Leakstar that much. Yeah, so I would stay away from Expedition on Leakstar. I would do Abyss or I would do Breach because these are good Leakstar content that you can do. I personally will go with Abyss. I'll make a video why.
Womb gift can be used to create a different type of jewelry and must be fertilized with Hive Blood. So for example, you can place this amulet womb gift into the tree and it will give birth to a random rare amulet. But the Genesis Tree is capable of much more.
So you can make your amulet much more stronger with powerful modifiers by customizing the tree.
As you continue to feed the tree, its branches will regenerate and allow you more and more control over what kind of items it will birth. So for example, this branch of the tree will allow you to control which base types of amulets can be birthed.
And that's powerful as fuck. Imagine a lot of amulets with spirit. So you block all the other amulet types and you get just the amulets that give you spirit on the implicit. This is already powerful.
And as you go deeper, it will even allow you to create new base types that you can't get anywhere else. Like this one, which gives you an entire spirit skill for free. Or this one, which has a rune socket in it.
The one with rune socket, I love it. So I think this is a good base. I mean, we have some really powerful runes in this game. The amulet with rune socket, I think it will be actually quite powerful.
To the left and right are branches that will let you control which mods the amulet can get.
Also, you can customize it. If you don't like the rune later, you can swap it. So it has flexibility too.
Including making sure that they're higher level, or controlling which specific mods that they will always have. With 15 points to allocate,
This is again broken. You can guarantee a modifier. It says it always has mana modifiers, always has life modifiers. This can help you deterministically craft actually. So this is the right word to use with the Genesis tree. If you take the right pathing, you can actually craft your amulet. You have more control on the modifiers, yeah?
you will have to choose wisely how you want to specialize your crafts. But it's worth noting that this tree doesn't have any cost to respecking it. You can enable or disable the nodes at any time by clicking on them. On rings, we've also added some really interesting new crafting options as well. You have a bunch of new base types like these.
Okay, let's see the base types. I like this one. 1 to all maximum resistances. I like this one. Maximum life. Oh, my boy. These are the best bases. So this one, 6% maximum life. It's quite powerful. Remember, you can put catalyst. So you can push it up to 7. Yeah. So this is 7% maximum life because you're gonna put life fertile catalyst will increase the life. So this is 7% maximum life with life catalyst. This is quite powerful. So I really love this base here. This is also useful, but this is superior. The item gains bonuses from socketed items, as to it was gloves. And I don't understand this one. This item gains bonuses from socketed items, so it was gloves. My brain doesn't work, but this will be work for a lot of builds. It's 7% maximum life with catalyst.
But you also have entire new classes of mods that can be added. The right-hand branch of the ring tree adds an entire new set of caster mods to rings. From basics like extra elemental damage for spells, or more niche options like this mod that increases the rate you gain seals for Unleash. And on the left-hand side, you can unlock an entire new set of mods for minion characters. This stuff is actually pretty important.
Let me read it. Sorry for stupid question. How do ballista scale damage? For my particular build that I'm playing, you scale damage mostly from gem levels and physical damage. So you try to stack as many gem levels for a clustered grenade, yeah, which is easy, and you get as much physical damage. So you try to get even on the rings, even on the gloves, not just the weapon. You should read the build guide because I explained this.
Because casters and minion builds didn't have as many slots with interesting item crafting compared to attack builds. The Genesis tree narrows that gap. There are also trees for belts and currency. I won't go over them too much here, but there are all sorts of goodies in these too. Like being able to create new catalysts for jewels.
Let me read it. Adds quality that enhances fire modifiers on a jewel. So this is for jewel. So all 4 are for jewels.
Or a belt that gives lightning damage. Once you've done enough breach encounters, you may finally get a womb gift capable of birthing a breach
Good
stone.
morning, welcome. So this is the current breach stone that you already know it.
And you can then use it on the Hiveborn incursion. Once used, the true extent of the breach demon's foothold
My bad.
becomes clear. They have not only transformed the land, but constructed huge sky hives as well. When you enter the outskirts of their realm, you will discover breach hives. Using the power of the Keepers of the Flame, these otherworldly structures can be burned away when walking through them. But for each one destroyed, more of the Hiveborn will attack.
These are exactly the mechanics that we currently have in Path of Exile 1. Let me see if they added something else. Yeah. So this most of you already know.
Destroy the sky hives and defeat the breach lord.
The fuck? Oh, technical difficulties. Give me a second. Let's lower the quality.
And doing these encounters is what will give you access to fight Zesht,
Yeah, I'm also
the
waiting for the
existing
patch
breach
notes. We're
pinnacle
gonna
boss,
check
which
them
you can
together.
access by communing with the Dreamer himself inside the monastery.
So I'll be online until they release the patch
While
notes. That's
completing the
idea.
questline for Breach, you will also be gaining points for the Breach Atlas tree, and there are a lot of cool new options here. This node will cause
Completing breaches has 10% chance to add a hive to a nearby map. So hive, it's a breach variation, which they explained here.
breach hives to spawn outside of the hiveborn domains on the Atlas. And this one will give Aelith additional abilities that you can use while attacking a hive. Like this one, which causes all hiveborn in the next wave to be magic, drastically increasing their difficulty in exchange for way more items.
This is great for totems, even for minions.
Magic.
So when you do this thing with 24 waves, if you're playing a minion build or if you're playing a totem build, it's actually quite easy. Yeah? Because you stay in the middle and you have your minions attacking. So this breach mechanic with 24 waves, it's ideal for minion builds, even for totems.
Drastically increasing their difficulty in exchange for way more items. There are also
gonna talk
nodes that
about
allow you
them,
to
yeah?
control
After
your
this video.
rewards, like this one, which adds a set of new lineage supports to the Marshal of Zesht.
This is actually quite powerful. So if you get a random lineage support, it says a chance to drop a lineage support, but we have a lot of them. If it's a random lineage support, it's powerful. If it's just this one, Brumna, if it's just that one, it's not powerful. But if you have a random one from all the pool, then it's powerful. It says 50% chance to drop a lineage support. So it doesn't specify if it's all the pool. I mean, we have a lot of lineage supports.
Or this one, which lets you control which womb gifts you will get.
This is also powerful. You have more control,
So you control which
on the
womb?
womb games. This is also quite powerful. Yeah, you're inclined to get more. For example, if you like to craft rings, you can get it more deterministically. Now the question is, can you trade them? So in Path of Exile 1, when you get womb gifts, you can trade with other players. Yeah. So let's say you don't want to farm them, you want to buy them. You have currency you buy from other players. So we don't know that yet, if you can trade them.
Gifts you will get. There's also some nodes that affect the Genesis tree, like this one, which will cause Zesh to drop his head, which when returned to the Genesis tree will grow a grasping orchid on the side of it. You'll have to
This is from Path of Exile 1, so for people who don't know,
experiment to find out what this thing is
let
good
me tell you what happens here. You even see it, it's a body armor. So you put 60 breach rings and it will give you a special base for the body armor. So it even says you the progress here.
for. Putting rings on its fingers seems
See, 2 out of 60. So in Path of Exile 1 we have a hidden recipe where if you put 60 breach rings random, it will give you body armor with some powerful modifiers. Yeah, if you are lucky you get some powerful modifiers. It's the same mechanic. So you need to collect breach rings from farming breach, so they are not useless anymore. And when you have 60, you click exchange and you get a special base for a body armor. I mean, this can be powerful.
to make it happy.
Okay. Let's see something else now. Let's see the one with the Gembling Legionnaire. I mean, that was a surprise even for me. Oh, let's watch this guy. Let me drink some coffee again. I mean, it will be a long stream anyway. Yeah, let's do more showcase. Let's go back to the game. We do more showcase, then we watch the next video with the Gembling Legionnaire. So let's open a new map with the build. With this build, you can juice it aggressively. So another benefit of this build, you don't need to read the modifiers. My boy, this build can be played on solo self-found, you're right. So if you like solo self-found, know that the build that I'm playing here can be played on solo self-found. So for those who don't know, I'm playing with very cheap items, and I'm juicing very aggressively my maps. This is a warrior that I recently leveled on stream from level 1, and after the patch notes I will level another one. So I will do again the campaign progression one more time, but after the patch notes, we need to check them. My boy, it's not just cluster grenade, you don't get the idea. Cluster grenade is the best because it gives you good area clear. But let's replace it then. We can put explosive grenade, why not? Let's put it. I mean, we can use exactly the same supports. So let me take a skill gem here. Let's take this one. Cluster grenade is superior. It gives you better area of effect, and for single target you have overlapping explosions. But you can also use for this setup explosive grenade. Let me show you. So I'll remove cluster grenade, now we do it with explosive. Same supports. My boy, we need to check the modifiers in the patch notes. So for the new base, the cannon crossbow, we need to check the patch notes because it will have special modifiers. We don't know them yet. So yeah, you can use the explosive. But I like cluster grenade way better. It gives you a better clear. So I did so many tests with the grenades and the totems, you have no idea. I tend to play the same starter. Even in Path of Exile 1, you will see me a lot playing the same starters. And you know, the more you practice a build, the better you get at it. It's normal. See? I prefer cluster grenade. No, you need to understand. So the cluster grenade skill has multiple detonations, but with area of effect they overlap. So even though you have multiple operations, they overlap and they do great single target. Yeah? So it's actually better. So this one, cluster grenade, is superior because it gives you better map clear speed and also single target is stop. So I'm telling you, cluster grenade is superior. You clear the maps much more faster with cluster grenade. It's superior, trust me. I tested both of them in the cluster grenade, that was superior. My boy, it works with Gemling Legionnaire, but you need to understand it's superior. So the best in slot for this build archetype will be Warbringer. I talked so many times, yeah? First of all, you get one extra totem, which is not conditional, like if you're playing a mercenary, it's conditional. You need to use with another skill, so you press more buttons. So yeah, you get some minions. Also, it's tanky. So Gemling Legionnaire, I mean, it has a shield now. I cannot say about that. So it added a shield to Gemling Legionnaire. So yeah, you can make it with Gemling Legionnaire, but you'll have one less totem and you don't have spirits. You also don't have armor break. So here I'm breaking the armor from the Ascendancy. So you'll do less damage pretty much. So I'm telling you, the best in slot for this build archetype will be a Warbringer. You cannot beat a Warbringer. In 6 hours, I think, no? For Gemling Legionnaire, you will want to use support gems that give you gem quality. So for the Gemling Legionnaire, you try to buy supports that increase quality. You focus on quality. But it's incredible what they did. They said for each skill gem from the game, they add a special quality effect. I'm trying to hit level 90 here, yeah? Okay, let's check my defenses, 1 second. You can see here my defenses. I mean, I can upgrade some of my items. We should do them. Also have armor applies to fire, cold and lighting. So the reworked armor is actually quite powerful. I'm playing also very aggressively. For the items that I'm having here, I'm playing very aggressively. Raiko, where do you see that information? My boy! Raiko, you said that in 9 hours and 40 minutes. How do you know that? Eh? How do you know that the patch notes will be 9 hours? UA 2 DB? Oh. Well, that's a long time for me. And 10 hours, it's a lot for me. Keep in mind, I'm from Europe. We have a different time zone here. I don't think that I'll be online in 10 more hours. I was hoping like 6 hours or maybe 8 maximum. So people from Europe, usually they suffer with Path of Exile. We have bad times. You know, when we have a league start or something, it's late. Usually it's very late for us. If you're from Europe, you have terrible times. If you pay attention, you have a lot of abysses. Look, since I started the map, I have abyss everywhere. And this I did it on a budget. So this is how I will farm on league start. Abyss everywhere on a budget. No. I think that people from POEDB, they collaborate with Grinding Gear Games. So they have some insight, indirect insight from Grinding Gear Games, yeah? So I think they know what they're doing. So I think that website, they actually collaborate with GGG, with someone from GGG, get some information from them. So probably they are right.
My kin died by his spirit's will. You'll die by mine.
From what I understood, we still can use +5 gem levels. So it's fine. Here I'm using +5. Let me show you how easy it is to craft a crossbow. So I'll show you how easy it is to craft a crossbow. Very cheap. So we're gonna craft now a crossbow identical to this one for cheap. So let's pretend it's League Start. Let's see how hard it is to craft a crossbow like this, which is more than enough to do all the content from the game. So let's craft it now. So we can craft on League Start with the League Start prices for around 1 divine. Deterministic craft. Let's craft it now to show you how easy it is. I'll craft one now just to show you. So let's start it. You open the market. The best base will be Siege Crossbow because it gives you an additional grenade on the implicit, and make sure it's magic. Here. Then you want to put here increased physical damage. I think I crafted more than 20 on stream to show people. And you put minimum 100. You click search. Now it's expensive because it's a different economy, let's be clear. So on League Start, buying a base like this is cheap. It's maximum 5 Exalted Orbs. It's 5 Exalted. Now it's Divines because first of all, this is patch 0.4 where people are exploiting the temple. It's late league, a lot of people quit it, and lastly people seen me on stream and they tried crafting. So I showcased this on stream like for more than 10 days now. So everyone started crafting. But buying a base like this is like 2 Exalted Orbs on League Start. Yeah? And you find hundreds of them, if not thousands. So you only care about this one, increased physical damage. That's all that you care. So you buy the base. Base it's maximum 5 Exalted Orbs. Probably 2. So this is around 5 Exalted Orbs. This is tier 2, no? It's not even tier 1. It's tier 2 increased physical damage. Yeah, if you get tier 1, it's even better. Now the next phase is deterministic. You put Greater Essence of Abrasion. Actually dropped it in my map. So Greater Essence of Abrasion is like 3 Exalted Orbs on League Start. Very cheap essence. This will guarantee flat physical DPS. It adds flat physical DPS. Next step, it's also very deterministic. You buy here, you buy a Jawbone. You want to put a Desecration on the prefix. The Jawbone is also very cheap. It's like 2 Exalted Orbs on League Start, very cheap. Now we have a different economy. I'm overpaying here, but I'm telling you this is cheap. So Jawbone here, it's like 1 Exalted Orb on League Start. Then we buy Sinistral Necromancy. This will apply the Desecration on the prefix. This is like 3 Exalted, 2 Exalted, very cheap on League Start. Yeah, very common drops everywhere. Then you want to put Omen of the Sovereign. This is like 1 Exalted Orb on League Start. So we have different prices because the league is fucked up now. It's 0.4 with the temple, that's why. So these 3 things, the Jawbone, the Sinistral Necromancy and the Sovereign in its maximum 10 exalted orbs on League prices. Now you activate the Omens and you put the job on. And now when you unveil the Desecration, you're guaranteed to get one additional totem. Guaranteed. Now you need to fill up the suffixes. You're gonna put Greater Exalted Orb until you fill up the suffixes. I actually got lucky, I got projectile skill. Man, I got lucky here. So the idea is if you don't get gem levels, you can still get +5 levels with an Essence of Battle here. So you buy Essence. Let's assume that I didn't got projectile skills. You can buy Perfect Essence of Battle. Give it more here. And this guarantees +5 gem levels. It says two-handed melee weapons or crossbows. It gives you +5 level of attack skills. And it only replaces one suffix. So your physical damage will remain untouched. You'll get something like this. It says +5 level of attack skills. This I got it from Essence of Battle. Again, this is will give you +5. But here I got lucky. I got +5 when I exalted Slam. Yeah. If you don't get +5 from the exalt Slam, you use the Essence of Battle, and it will give you +5 deterministic. And the last step, you go to the Well of Souls and you unveil it. Patch notes will be like in 9 hours or something. Today, but in 9 hours. And you get one extra totem guaranteed. So because the Omen of the Sovereign will guarantee the extra ballista. Remember, this crafting recipe, you have it in the build guide. So in the build guide I shown you visually, you have a video how to craft it. And you end the craft with some quality and rune sockets, and this is the crossbows that you use for the endgame. So you can get a crossbow like this for very cheap. It's a deterministic craft. So we end the craft with some quality. Put it here. You also put some rune sockets. You put iron rune, yeah? This one. One more. That's it, you crafted it. What I recommend here, later, if you want to push it even more, you buy some Val Infusers. Because it can give you extra quality for more physical DPS, and you cannot break it. You buy this thing. So you play it safe, you buy Val Infuser. Later, if you want to push it further, is this one. And it will raise the quality. See, now it's 21 quality. Now it's 22. The worst thing that can happen, it can give you corrupted status, but you don't lose your modifiers. Look, 24 quality. So this is what I recommend. Later, if you want to push your crossbow, you buy some Val Infusers and you try to get as much extra quality. Someone in the chat says corrupted. I mean, it's already better than what I had. Okay, I'll try to corrupt it, why not? I don't recommend corrupting, only if you're rich. So if you're rich and you want to gamble for more power, you can try an Omen of Corruption. And put a Valor. Let me buy some Valors here. Here it is. And you hope you get one extra socket. It bricked it. It removed my physical DPS then, yeah? So it's risky to corrupt it, but I'm showing you that you can craft it for cheap. Okay, let's do another map. Yeah, thank you for dropping by, my boy. Let's see what I can do here to upgrade my build, why not? Yeah? I still want to use cheap items, so I don't want to use very expensive items here. Here for Eye of a Full Doom, what I recommend on League Start. So later when you're gonna max the build, you want to use a Fire Flower with +4. But on League Start I recommend to use Eye of a Full Doom, because you will clear the maps faster. It's also very affordable, Eye of a Full Doom. Yeah. You should try to put Catalyst and you try to get a Corruption. This is what I recommend usually with Eye of a Full Doom. Let's do it now. You buy it, you put Catalyst and you try to corrupt it. Then you get a useful Corruption. You can even get +1 gems.
It's your lucky day.
No, I don't want to make it too expensive because people will complain. So on purpose, I don't want to use expensive items here. Here I want to get more movement speed, for example, like 35. So if I get expensive items, people will complain, so I don't want that. Can this build clear tier 16? My boy, this build makes poo-poo on tier 16, let me show you. This is a very strong build. Let's do a tier 16. Remember, I'm using cheap items. So I will not use this one because I want hard modifiers. This is easy. I will do it with eyes closed. Let's do something hard. In order to get a tier 16, we need to corrupt tier 15. And you pray that gets converted to a tier 16. Let's do it now. So someone asked me if my build can do tier 16. Let's test it. I'm gonna use them here. I'm gonna put some exalts to get full modifiers, so I make it hard. So not only I do tier 16, I make it hard, you know? And I don't read the modifiers because my build can do all the modifiers. Now we try to get waste on 16. So when we put a Valor, has a chance to get tier 16. Let's do this one. So this is a tier 16. Let's see if I can do it. Of course I can do it. It's easy. So this is a strong build. Of course we can do it. Let's do this one. I'm gonna do with full Abyss tablets here. So the items that I'm using are around 2 Divine Orbs. Maximum. Even less with League Start prices. Look, tier 16 here, yeah? I'm also gonna play aggressively. So I'm gonna play quite aggressively here to show you that defenses are also fine. Let me check the modifiers. Oh! Master deal extra chaos damage. I need to be careful. So damage is extra chaos. So for this build you don't need a regex filter. You just put them up and you do it. You know, can do all the modifiers. So it can do all the modifiers. You don't need to roll it with the regex. We also don't use mana. It's for sucky boys, lazy boys. If you suck at the game, you want to do this build. Look, I'm playing aggressively on purpose. Look. So I face tank here. Look. Usually you don't play like this if it's League Start. Yeah? You play more carefully, but I want to play aggressively here. Yeah? Some of the Abyssal Masters, they actually are quite dangerous. Yeah? Okay. You can also get a lot of Divine Orbs from the Kaffers. No, a lot of people, check the chat. So a lot of people played my starter even in 0.3, 0.4 and they can vouch for it. So we have a lot of people that did my starter in the past, they can vouch that this is a good build. So here on the stream, a lot of people already made the build in last patches. And they want to make it again now. Oh. Oh, let's do this crap. Jwang. When I left this strong box, let me check how much gold I have. I mean, I don't want to do the last reroll because I need my gold. Look, I got the Worm of Transmutation. Make me rich. Let me check something. I mean, it has perfect 25 rarity. And it has a lot of spirit. Let me keep it, actually. Let me price check it. I like the rarity on this one, yeah? With the spirit here. Let me put a slump. I mean, you need to put catalyst first. Fuck the catalyst, put slump. Oh! It destroyed. Let's open next one. And the last one, I don't click it because it's 2 million gold, yeah? So I need my gold. When you see a Ventor's Gamble, you don't click the last one, unless you have a lot of gold. I don't expect any change for this build, maybe some indirect buffs. It was already nerfed in 0.3, was nerfed in 0.4. They added a delay for the grenade totems, yeah? You need to play it correctly, else it will not feel good. Remember, I also have another build with my shaman. So I have another strong build. This is great for League Start, but I have one more that is very powerful. Same with Totems. And I hate this boss. We need to wait to stop a little, yeah? No, they would nerf shield wall. So the threads that you read on the forums, they all about shield walls. So people are exploiting the shield wall leveling mechanic for the campaign. So you can see shield wall being destroyed. 80% of the players, when they level the campaign with a warrior, they use shield wall mechanic. They will obliterate that skill. You'll see in the patient. So what you read on the forums, it's about shield wall. People complain about shield wall all the time. So you can say bye-bye to shield wall leveling. Some people even two-shot the dark bosses, you know, that powerful. I'm not using shield wall, by the way. Look, I'm playing quite aggressively on purpose. So I'm playing aggressively on purpose, just to show you that this is a good build. No, I'm going very close to the monsters, that's what I mean. Usually you need to play it safer on a league start. I'm using cheap items, so with cheap items you should play more safely, but I'm playing aggressively here. I know when to press the Jade Shield. So I have a skill here, Jade Shield, I know when to press it. Now there is a big upgrade that I can do. We can put a perfect jeweler sword. So if I put here perfect jeweler sword, I will do much more damage. Yeah. No, French guy, you're just trying to. You're upset. You're upset because you play a shit build. So most likely French guy here plays a shit build and he's upset. He's saying, look, POEGuy has a good build. Let's nerf it. No, change your starter. So probably you play a shit build and you're upset that my build is stronger. Yeah, that's the reality. Change your starter. If you have a shit starter, change it. Nobody forces you to play a shit build. So each time when I play this game, I focus on the lazy builds with totems, even in Path of Exile 1, and I try to make it tanky. I don't like squishy builds. Oh. Let me show you my other build. For those who don't know. So I have another build, the same with totems. And with Ancestral Warrior Totems, yeah, I can show it. My boy, if you read the build guide, it tells you Elemental Armament 2. So inside the build guide, I explain, if you cannot afford the Regal Velocity, you buy Elemental Armament 2. So that will be the cheap alternatives. It's inside the build guide if you read. Okay, let me show it. Let's actually do it now. Okay, so let's put here perfect jeweler sword and I will show you the cheap alternative. Put it here. And we're gonna put elemental armament. So ideally you want to put here Regal's Ferocity, it gives you a lot of damage. But if you cannot afford Regal's Ferocity, you buy elemental armament too. So we go to gems, we take support. And will be this one. Elemental armament but 2. Let's armament this one too. So this is the cheap alternative to Regal's Ferocity. So Regal's Ferocity gives you 30% more elemental damage, 5% more, and the Elemental Armament 2 gives you 25%. So you lose 5%. When you get more currency, you want to swap Elemental Armament 2 and you put the Regal's Ferocity, you do more damage. That's it. I explained in the build guide.
The craftsmanship.
You know, and the funny thing is that this build actually works with Headhunter. So if you're bored and you want to have some fun, know that when the ballistas will kill the enemies, you get Headhunter stacks, yeah?
Hail.
Let me put here cut skill gems, level 20. Let's push it a little. I mean, yeah, give it.
All right, your order is registered.
So the damage dealer will be cluster grenade. So you prioritize leveling this one, not Mortal Cannon. So if you get gem levels on Mortal Cannon, this will make the totems tankier, so they will die harder. But the damage dealer is the cluster grenade. So this you want to level it up. Yeah, Mortal Cannon you can level it up, but this is for defenses. Your totems will die harder. For quality, you try to put on a Mortal Grenade because it gives you area of effect. The grenades will have more area of effect. Oh, he wants to buy something. He has a black cat. It's levitating. Look, the black cat, it's levitating and it's pooping lighting. Oh, it's a cosmonaut. Let's make some. Let's open a new map.
Good news.
Oh! 700 divinos. I mean, economy is fucked up in this league, let's be honest. So because of the temple, economy is fucked up. If you notice, I'm not reading the map modifiers. So my build can do all the map modifiers. Yeah, this is an advantage of the build. You don't use a regex filter. So yeah, very lazy. You don't use mana. We have a lot of life regeneration. We don't use a regex filter. Let's see what we can take. Now, for the last point, you have flexibility. Take whatever you want. Yeah, we have here a dual socket. Why not? You take it. I mean, dual socket have priority anyway. Here it's another important node. Will give you a lot of movement speed. Speaking of movement speed, I can upgrade my boots here. We get with 35 movement speed. I also think Twister is broken. So I've seen some videos, people are using Twister in the campaign. They can close to one-shot an arc boss. So Twister, I think it's too powerful for campaign leveling. I've seen some videos yesterday. I also think it's too powerful. Oh! This is why I love Abyss. So Abyss prints a lot of diviners. From the rest, even from the coffers, you have some abyssal coffers that are inclined to give you diviners. So you make so much currency. This will be my content. After I finish the campaign, I go directly to Abyss. Not to mention that you get a lot of experience. Yeah, I can do Trial of Semikema carry. If you want, I can show it on stream. I can invite 2 people from the chat, and I will show you a carry with my current setup. So this build can do Trial of Sekima carry, yes. But I need to buy some relics. You want to buy some certain relics. But you can carry people with on League Start. You make a lot of profit. I plan to do Abyss until level 94, then I do Trial of Sekima carry services and make real money. That's my plan for League Start. Regarding that feature, I think all the creators will create. So the POB that you can import inside the game, I think it will feel mandatory. If you're a build creator, you need to generate that file. So of course I'll make it. It will be the new norm. So all the builds from now on will have a POB file for the game. It will feel like mandatory. So it's not a question, will you do it? Everyone will be forced to do it. So everyone pretty much will be forced to do it. Remember, my specialty is currency making, so for those who don't know, I get my dopamine hit by making currency. So if you want to drop by, so each player when you plays the game gets a dopamine hit. My dopamine hit is from making currency. This is what I enjoy in this game, even in Path of Exile 1. So I love to make currency. Yeah, I'm gonna do jewel crafting. In patch 0.5 they added new modifiers for the jewels. I think they will be in high demand even on League Start. A lot of builds use jewel on League Start. We're gonna craft jewels for cheap and we make profit. And for farming I will do Abyss, then I will do Trial of Sekima. Oh. You know, this Abyss didn't complete because I have the essence here that I need to do it. So it's tied to the essence. Now we do the Abyss. They fixed the animations. So there was an interview with Ziggy D and they explained that they fixed the animations. In patch 0.5, you will not see this. Abyssal Kaffers, they can give you Divinors many times. So here many times you'll find Divinors. Like 20 if you open 20 Kaffers, you get at least one Divinor. And getting raw Divines on League Start is very profitable. So if you open 20 Kaffers, at least one will have a Divinor. One more reason to do Abyss. So the best content for League Start, in my opinion, will be Breach and Abyss. Expedition will be great later, when you farm the bosses and the special runes. But Breach, it's superior to Expedition.
Fear will best you.
Let me try to upgrade my body armor. Oh! 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 It's raining Divinors! Imagine it's League Start. You gotta love Abyss. Man, listen to POEGuy. On League Start, if you want to get crazy rich, you go with Abyss. You know, fuck all the other guys. They say Breach, they say Expedition. No. You listen to POEGuy, you go with Abyss. This is the best content for League Start. You will get rich quite fast. Also, it gives you a lot of experience. I tried Spell Totems, but I don't like them. Personal preference. I don't like Spell Totems. I tried it, but I don't like it. So if I play a build, I need to enjoy it.
I'll know where to keep that.
Yeah. I actually have another build with Shaman with Ancestral Warrior Totems. It's quite powerful too. So yeah, if I play a build, I need to like it. It's not for me. They are strong, let me be clear. So Spell Totems are viable, but I don't like them. Especially in terms of defenses. So I like a build that doesn't use mana, for example. I don't want to rely on mana. Fuck mana, I don't even use mana plus. So I need my build to be as lazy as possible. They buffed the loot. So in 0.4 they buffed the ground loot. People were complaining that they don't get loot. And because of that they buffed it, like. That's why you find, even in the campaign you can find Divinors, you can find a lot of Exalted Orbs. Oh! If you like what you see, you put exclamation mark big in the chat. You also have a support, you have support channels for the build on my Discord, you can join it. One second, I need to go to the boss. The economy will be of course better, so they address the temple. The economy is fucked up in 0.4, 90% because of the Val temple. The Alva temple, yeah. People are dropping a lot of Diviners. So in the next league, economy will be normal. So if you drop a Divine, you should be happy in the next league. I also want to experiment with the Spirit Walker. I will also make a zoo build. It will be slow because the companions have delayed attacks, but it will be fun. Should be lazy too because the minions will do everything for you. My boy, this is too easy. I know the problem. Let me tell you, this is easy because I don't have difficulty for the boss. I mean, this is way too easy. Let's take my boss difficulty. So let's make it, I mean, it's too easy. Let's make it hard. Let's open a new map. This was too easy. So let's open a new map and try to do another boss. Oh, let's go here. Can we juice it? And we do it. You know, I'm not even reading the modifiers.
I have a buyer.
Oh, this is the bird boss. Fuck it. Now I open it, I need to do it.
Fear will best you. You were no one.
My boy, they fixed the grenades. In patch 0.5, you will not see it like this. So the visual effects that you see now on the screen, in the next patch you don't see them anymore. They confirmed it in the interview with Jonathan Rogers. So it will not look like this, yeah? They fixed it. Oh! I'm playing very aggressively here. You should play on League Start more safely, but I'm playing like Rambo. So I'm playing very aggressively, on purpose. Look, I'm face tanking everything. Yeah. Of course I'm placing my life flask, but I want to showcase the defenses. I mean, it will get tankier. Yeah, you're right, Rambo shoots with grenades. What job do you have in real life? I clean the toilet. I clean the toilet.
I've nowhere to keep that.
Oh, I got the stun here. Yeah. So for those that are wondering, to make currency after I finish the campaign, I will go to Abyss. After I reach level 94, I'll go to Trial of Sekima, and I will do carry services. In addition to Abyss, I will craft a lot of jewels. Crafting jewels on a league start in Path of Exile 2 is profitable. And they rework a little the jewels. Now we have new modifiers that can spawn on jewels, which are much more powerful. So jewel crafting in the next league will be profitable. It's already profitable, but it will be more profitable. That's how I will make my currency. And let me tell you the secret. You know, people always wonder why streamers... I'm not talking about me. Let's give another example. Fabgan. Why it's he rich? He plays a lot. Oh! Whoa! Fuck the bird! I was trying to... Fuck the bird. Let me kill the bird. No. I was watching the Twitch chat. So I was looking at the Twitch chat. Oh! So this is a bird from Ultimatum. It's annoying. Oh! Yeah! Oh! Oh! Yeah! Man, fuck this boss. This is literally one of the worst bosses. Yeah, I remember I took the map difficulty nodes, yeah? So I took this map boss difficulty, yeah, to showcase. I was saying about the time that you play. So So don't expect if you play 1 hour per day, this is the reality, don't get upset on me. If you play 1 hour per day, of course you will not get crazy rich. If you play like 10, 16 hours, 15 hours per day, of course you get rich. So the amount of hours that you play also matters how rich you become. Yeah, because people don't take into account how much they play. So yeah, they say, look, that streamer makes a lot of currency. Well, how much he plays? He plays more than 10 hours, of course he makes. You have a good strategy and you play, the longer you play, the more currency you make in theory, no? This is the reality. So people need to keep a track how much hours do they play. Let me check this one. The poo-poo. Yeah, he plays a lot. So he uses a good build, he uses decent strategies, but he also plays a lot. And people need to keep track of that. The more you play, the richer you become. If you play many hours per day and you're poor, you suck. So if you play many hours per day, like 10 hours per day, and you're still poor, you suck. That's a different situation. But if you play more hours, of course you make more currency. My boy, all jokes aside, I was a graphic designer, but I no longer make money that much, yeah? So I was a freelancer, graphic design. I no longer make, because we have artificial intelligence, we have cheap workflow from Asia. So pretty much I'm making from graphic design, I'm still working graphic design freelancer, but I'm making like $100 up to 300. So 100, 300 per month, which is nothing. It's, for me, I'm better off streaming, to be real with you. So it's better off for me to stream or to make guides for you on YouTube than to do graphic designs anymore. I mean, artificial intelligence destroyed the niche. If you're a freelancer and you do graphic design work, it's no longer profitable. It was profitable like 20 years ago or 10 years ago, but now it's not that great anymore. So we have a problem with artificial intelligence, yeah. It's very easy to create professional looking designs, even posters, business cards, etc. in a matter of seconds now. So that's a problem. And people from Asia are using templates. So they are making designs en gros, like a lot of them. They use artificial intelligence with templates. And they are actually quite professional. And they charge a little. Yeah, but you need to understand I don't spend a lot. So there are two questions that you need to ask yourself. First, the cost of living. So here I live in Transylvania, Romania, let's say. And the cost of living is low. Yeah, keep in mind that. Also, I don't spend a lot. So I don't travel. I don't go to restaurants. I cook. I go to the supermarket and I cook myself in the kitchen. I don't smoke. I don't have vices. So of course I don't spend a lot. So keep that in mind. So I don't spend money usually. That much. We speak in English. Remember, I'm not married and I have less responsibilities. This is also important because if you're married, you have more responsibilities. You have child, you have less time to play. So not being married, it's another reason why I can play longer. Also live alone. This is another benefit. If you live alone, you don't stay with your parents and they don't bother you. So this is another benefit. That's why I can stream longer. Good day. Do you know when the patch comes out? Yes, in 8 days. In 8 hours. 8 planetary hours. So in 8 hours from now, we should have the patch notes. Yeah, I'm trying my best to be online when they will publish the patch notes, but it will be very late for me. That's the problem. My boy! Big Nako, boss, thank you for the support, man. I hope you have a good start in 8 days. Thank you. Here I wanted to get a teaspoon and I took a big spoon. You know, I was out of teaspoons. Probably it will be a very big patch note. So in addition to balances, you have a lot of new content. They will need to add in the patch notes the new runes, the new gems, the new supports, the interaction with the Gem League Legionnaire, etc. So it will be a massive patch notes. Probably one of the biggest that we've seen so far. In the patch notes, I go directly for my build. I'm gonna check for Warbringer, I'm gonna check for Shaman to see if we have some changes. It can actually get some indirect buffs. We don't know. Let me show you the other build. My boys, put in the chat if you want to see my other build. So this is my league starter, but I have another build with Totems, which is actually quite powerful and fun to play. It's close to Immortal, very tanky. So if you want to see it, let me know in the chat and I will relog and I'll showcase it. It's on a Shaman, this is on a Warbringer. And I finished the map. I finished the map. Okay, let me showcase it then. So yeah, this is a warrior that I leveled 2 weeks ago. This I leveled 1 week ago. From level 1, I did a progression for League Start to show people. I will do one more. So after the patch notes, I will level 1 more. This is the Shaman build that I will showcase it now. And this is the build fully done when it's maxed. Yeah? But here I'm using expensive items. I will shred everything. Okay, let's showcase the Shaman. This is not League Start viable because it requires some items that are expensive. This is not with grenades. Aulo, this is not with grenades.
Come check out what came in.
Plus, this is still with totems. But, so I'm stacking rage. Let's explain the mechanics. I'm stacking a lot of rage. That's how I'm doing my damage. And I'm using Ancestral Warrior with Sunder, which is quite powerful. So let's do a map now. I'm gonna juice it again aggressively. Again, we don't use mana. You know, I hate mana in this game. Let's slam it. Okay, and we do it. Let's do Abyss, something with a lot of monsters. Let me get here 3 Abyssal tablets. So I need a lot of monsters to showcase it, yeah? Okay, I'm looking, there is a modifier that I don't want. I'm looking for that one. Okay, we put 3 Abyssal tablets. That has this modifier, chance to contain 4 additional abysses. Yeah? So we want a lot of abysses in the maps. And let's see a showcase. No, you don't lose 5 skills, you lose 2. So you can no longer roll +7. You can roll up to +5. It's still viable. Look, I'll take even Delirium here. So this is tankier, but a little slower. But it's still viable, it's strong. You put your totems everywhere and everything will die. Check here. My boy! Durneville boss, thank you for the subs, man. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love, man. Man, thank you, I appreciate the support. And have a great day too and a great league start. Thank you again. Thank you for the love, man. And there was a delay, I received the notification later. Usually you hear the sound. Oh, blank picture! My boy, thank you! Thank you too! Man, my boys, this is the reason why I want to stream longer. So for all the support that I received, I want to stream longer. Man, thank you, blank picture, thank you again. Thank you, made me really happy. Thank you everyone. So again, I appreciate it, thank you. I love you too. So I'm still thinking about to go full-time streamer, like streaming like more than 8 hours per day. I think I will do it eventually because I will do it. So just focusing on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you. Johnny, thank you. My boys, but let's put it like this. I'm joking, by the way. But if the patch notes drop and my builds get destroyed, huh? You'll get upset. You say, give us back the subscriptions, yeah? Don't worry, I will tweak them. So we need to wait for the patch notes. I think you want to make my builds here, but let's wait for the patch notes. Don't worry. You know, I will not play a shit build. So whatever will happen in the patch notes, I can guarantee you that I will use a good starter, yeah? So whatever we will have in the patch notes, I will make a good starter. You know, I will not play a shit starter, whatever it will be. So you see the patch notes, you see my builds get destroyed, both of them, and you say, oh fuck, give us back the subscription. Give us back the subscription. Fuck your channel, fuck your Twitch, give us back the subscription. Well, hopefully you don't say that. So I will tweak the build guide depending what we see in the patch notes. I'm trying my best to be online when they publish the patch notes, yeah. So this is the second build that we can also play it. But look, I even have a headhunter, so I'm using expensive items here. So this is not as cheap. So Warbringer build is cheap, that's the big advantage. But this is more expensive. But it's still a totem build, it's quite fun and it's close to immortal. So even though you see 3000 life, this is ultra tanky, man. Look, check the life. So this is an ultra tanky build, even though you see a low life here. My boy! No, I don't know what. This is a crepuscular day today. Thank you, everyone. Dels Winters, Bond, thank you for the gifted subs. Man, crepuscular day today. You made POEGuy very happy, everyone. Thank you. I will stream longer too. We're gonna stay until the patch notes. Anyway, I don't have with whom to talk here. All the creators will use it. So you're asking about the new POB that you can import it into the game. I think that all the creators will feel like mandatory to use it. So from now on, if you're a build creator, you need to generate a POB for the game. And I think this feature will be included to Path of Exile 1 too. So it will feel like mandatory. You'll not be a serious creator if you don't generate a POB for the game. So I think everyone, of course I will do it too. Look, I'm also doing with Delirium here, yeah? So I have Delirium Mirror too. You can put Headhunter even on the Warbringer build, yeah? It works.
Ready? Let's do this.
As you can see, this is very, very tanky. Still a totem build.
That'll be good hunting.
Are you going to paywall your POB? Of course. What a silly question, of course. I'm gonna paywall everything. Everything will be paywall. Paywall everything. Here you can get Divine Orbs, yeah? This is the most broken charm from the game. Spirit of the Bear. I mean, in terms of tankiness, let's be clear. In terms of tankiness, this is the most broken charm. You can also use it on the Warbringer. It gives you 20% maximum life, and it also reduces the damage by 20%. This is the effect that I like. You take 20% reduced damage. And it lasts for a lot of seconds. Yeah, so if you want to push your build later for maxing, I recommend this charm Rite of Passage with Bear, with Ox, or with Boar. It has the 20% damage reduction. So this is... I tried to buy it early. Here is another secret. So on League Start in the first month, So in the first month of a new league, this is actually quite cheaper. If you wait like month second and third, it will go expensive. So try to buy it as fast as possible because it will skyrocket in price, like 20 times more expensive. Let me check the price now. It should be absurd, no? I mean, it's not that expensive now. Some people will say, oh, not with the current economy. So take into account the current economy with the inflation, it's not that expensive. That's what I mean. So it's very powerful for maximum. Let's do some hard bosses, my boys. Which boss do you want to see? Don't say Uber Arbiter because you'll piss me off. Say something else. So Uber Arbiter, you need to do some mechanics. So it's not about the build, you need to pay attention on the screen and you need to dodge some mechanics and it ruins my fun. Say any other boss. I can do Uber Arbiter, I did it multiple times, but there are some mechanics that will one-shot you. No matter what you do, you need to dodge them. Sekema, it's easy with this build, I did full party carry many times. The Breach boss, yeah, let's do it. Okay, tier 3 Zesh, we do it. Let me finish this map. I mean, this is good for bossing too. Also, we have a new Arbiter of Ash, they reworked it. This is ultra tanky. So this build, it's ultra mega tanky. But of course, I'm using good items. Oh, oh! Okay, let's do some bosses. So you understand, for mapping it's great. I mean, let's do the Abyssal Depths. Give me some. Go after the Abyssal Depths. We need to check the patch. Yeah, we'll be in 7 hours or something. So I plan to stay online until the patch notes come out. Anyway, if you miss the stream, no problem. I will make a video tomorrow on my YouTube channel. When I wake up tomorrow, I'll make a video on YouTube explaining the status of my builds. Yeah? So this is the second build that I have. It's quite powerful, as you can see. It's still with Totems. But the Warbringer build is cheap. That's why we want to league start with it, because it's very cheap. This is more expensive. So this is not cheap. It requires some mandatory items which you will not find on League. But it's still a powerful build. Oh, they already did. Okay, let's do some bosses now. So you wanted Breach? Okay, we do Breach then. No, Grenade. Here I'm just showcasing that I have another Totem build, which is great. I want to make a showcase now. So you said Breach, yeah? Let's not put Splinter. Okay, we do multiple bosses, why not? We can also do Old Rot here. Let me buy some Breach Splinters. Oh, they're expensive. I don't care anyway. Yeah, the market is fucked up.
All right, your order is ready.
Okay, we're gonna do everything here. Let's start with Breach first, yeah? So we go here. We're gonna do all of them. So we start with Zesh on difficulty +3, then I'll do King of the Mist, I'll do Old Rot, and we do Simulacrum too. Let's start with Zesh. So this is on maximum difficulty. Get some charges, and now we start. It's not ideal for breach. This build is not ideal for breach, but you can do it. I mean, a ranger is much faster for breach. Here you want to do ritual, you want to do abyss, you want to do expedition. Notice the defenses, yeah. So breach is not ideal for this build. You want to do again the ritual, expedition, breach. Not breach, abyss, sorry. But single target is quite powerful, you will see. King of the Mist will remain to the game. So the boss will still be in the game. I mean, they put already some effort into the fight mechanics. I don't think they will remove it. Ritual will have multiple bosses now. Even expedition, now you have more bosses to fight. So you still have Allroad, but you have other bosses too. Okay, let's kill the boss now and see how it performs.
We that dreamed. We in nightmare. We that are one. We watch. We wait.
Oh! Done. Visualization difficulty +3. Okay, let's see the loot. How much is unidentified? The economy is fucked up, that's why. 5 divinals. Hidden. Now it's still 5. Now with I fucked it up. Okay, let's do the next boss. So we're gonna do now Allroad on difficulty +3. Hopefully I get the flask. Here.
Another step into the past.
Yeah, I also like it.
I am the new, purified.
Done. Difficulty +3, yes? I got the club. Now let's do King of the Mist. Then we do a simulacrum.
It's your lucky day.
Okay, and put here this one. So this is good for mapping, this is good for bossing.
King calls. I answer. One last
For death. You escaped me once before. Never again.
I'll have my vengeance yet.
This is the part that I don't like. You cannot do the skip anymore, they fixed it. There was a skip that you could do here, you can no longer do it.
The Wild One's power is mine!
Yeah. Done. Difficulty plus 3, yeah? Go up. Now let's do a simulacrum. So yeah, this build can even farm simulacrum. And keep in mind, in the next league, you drop voices. So there will be a boss that drops the voices jewel, which is very broken in my opinion. You get 1 extra jewel minimum for free. You can get much more. What level is your Sunder? Remember, this is fully done the build. So probably will be high level. Level 40. Okay, we put it here and now we do simulacrum. Difficulty plus 3. What do you think? The new Zookeeper will be like, will be slow? Will be fun because it's lazy to play. The minions will kill for you. Man, what I did here, man.
Another step into the past.
Oh, I opened the wrong. Okay, now I need to do it. So the new build will be fun with the zoo, but will be slow. So let's say you get the gorillas. Yeah, they have delayed attacks. The attacks are not instant. So clearing the map will be slow. That's the problem. So all the companions, we have slow delayed attacks. So map clear speed will be slow with them, but it will be a fun build. Hey, he keeps moving. So the zoo build will be fun to play, but slow as fuck. When you clear the maps, they will clear them very fast. Okay, let's do the simulacrum now. What do you mean, how do you determine? You hold down Alt here. So for the quality effect, you hold down Alt, and it says additional effects from quality. Yeah? So any skill gem that you have, you hold down Alt here, yeah? And it tells you what you get on quality effect. Let me make some space and we do a simulacrum now. Let's do it now. The Comet will be destroyed. So Cast on Crit will be destroyed, Comet will be destroyed, Blood Mage will be tweaked. So a lot of people were playing Blood Mage in 0.4, especially Cast on Crit with Comet. You can say bye-bye to that. This build is not for League Start. I'm just showcasing another build that I have that you can make in 0.5. It's still with Totems and it's also ultra tanky. So the build that you see on the screen, it's ultra mega tanky, close to Immortal if you know how to play it. So even though you see 3000 life, this is close to Immortal. So you see here 3000 life, but in reality it's close to Immortal. The build. Very tanky. After I finish the simulacrum, we go back to the Warbringer. I mean, the rework from Gemling Legionary, it's a game by itself. People will experiment, will take all the skill gems and will check the quality effect. And you need to stack a lot of quality. So if you play Gemling Legionary, you'll try to get as much quality as possible for the gems. No, this is not League Start viable. My Warbringer build is League Start viable. I'm just doing a showcase with the other build that I have. So people wanted to see which is the other build with Totems that I have, and I'm showcasing here. So this is the second build that I have with Totems, and it's very powerful, can do all the content from the game. But you cannot League Start with it. There are some mandatory items which you cannot find on League Start, especially the body armor. Yeah, you can survive the monkey slam. This build can face tank the monkey slam, yes. Remember, this is on the difficulty +3. Simulacrum will give you voices. And voices will be very expensive in the next league because it's a very powerful jewel. There will be a boss that will drop voices somewhere in Simulacrum, and that jewel will be very expensive. No, this is a one-button build. So the Shockwave Totem, it's optional. It will break the armor of the enemies. This is a one-button build. So if you don't want to press Shockwave Totem, you don't press it. Look, I will not put Shockwave Totems. So this is optional. This will just break the armor of the enemies. That's it. Yeah, this is the Shaman build. You're right. So this is the Shaman build that I made in 0.4. It's very strong, can do all the content from the game. I'm using Ancestral Warrior Totems, which are quite strong here.
Let yourself be drawn into the mire.
Not only that, it's great, but it's also tanky. So if you don't like to get one-shotted, you need a tanky build. This is the build. I mean, people can vouch for it. A lot of people played it. QA6, boss, thank you for the sub, man. Thank you. We can check the video with Gemling Legionnaire and I can comment on it. This build is not for League Start because you need around 100 Divine Orbs, minimum. My League Starter build is the Warbringer that I played so far, which is very strong, as you see. After I finish the Simulacrum, we will go back to the Warbringer. So we finish this, we go back to the Warbringer. I just wanted to give you some gameplay. I'll finish it fast, 1 second.
Are you trying to cleanse yourself of me?
I'm very curious about the supports. Maybe we can generate endurance charges in another way. So now I'm using the body armor for endurance charge generation. Maybe they will add a support that can give us endurance charges. Who knows? And that's what I want to check in the patch notes. Which will be great because this body armor doesn't give us defenses. So in terms of defenses, we get nada. So if we can generate endurance charges in a different way, we can put a normal body armor. Yeah, that's what I want to check in the patch notes. Tutio, welcome. Patch notes in 7 hours. Or 8 hours. I mean, you can see on the screen. Look, I'm playing now. It feels great, let me tell you. Put totems everywhere and everything. It's quite fun, you will love it. Here I'm doing Simulacrum, which is actually quite hard. On difficulty +3, yeah?
You can't get rid of the exile.
My boy, let's try to do Simulacrum with my Warbringer. I will relog after this one. So let me finish it here, then I will relog and we do it on the Warbringer. With the Warbringer it's less tanky than this one, but you can still do it. Patch notes in 7 hours. So you asked me about the patch notes, will be in 7 hours. From now. Around 7 hours.
The dreamland and the dreamer will part.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay online until they publish the patch notes so we can check them together. Yeah, 7 hours, that's above midnight. So let's see, 6 p.m. with 7 hours, that's like 1 a.m. in the... No, it will be very late for me, that's the problem. Yeah. Yeah, this is my local time zone. So here you have the time for my country, yeah? Yeah, it's 7 hours. The patch notes will be released around 7 hours from now.
Do you not wonder what tugs and strings of fate? What satisfying abyss and beckons you to fall?
And after this one, we go back to the Warbringer.
I'm full up.
Almost done. Grenades, of course. So Warbringer with grenades, it's very cheap on League Start. You can do waste on 15-16 for like 1-2 divine nodes. The build that you see here requires much more currency. I'm just showcasing the other build that I have. So people wanted to see my other build, this is my other build, yeah? I'm doing a showcase. So this is not my starter build, this is another build that I have and people wanted to see it. Yeah. The simulacrum will be profitable if you can get the voices jewel. In the next league we have voices. That jewel will be very expensive.
You will fall, exile.
Lyser boss, thank you for the subscription, man. Thank you. Have a good start in 8 days. Thank you. Man, I really hope I don't get sick. That's a good one. So for the last league starts, I got sick for some reason, yeah. Hopefully I don't get sick again. I'll try not to go outside, you know, maybe. So I feel great now, yeah, but who knows. Okay, I will relog now. We go back to the Warbringer build. So this is the Warbringer build fully done. I will not log in on it. This is the warrior that I league started 2 weeks ago. I showed the league start progression. I'm using cheap items. And this is the second warrior that I started from level 1 recently. And let's go on it. So I'm using cheap items here. And it's very strong. Let's do a map for those that missed it. Gonna juice a map. You don't need a regex for this build. You just take a map and you put like this. You can do all the modifiers. You don't need a regex for the build. Isatek, boss, thank you. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Have a good start. Let's do a showcase for the build. Put it here. So another beauty of this build, you can do all the modifiers. Yeah, you don't need to read. You just put them up and you open it. I want to talk a little about Face Breaker. So those gloves will be just for the campaign. It's not for the endgame. Let me tell you why. We don't have powerful strength stacking items. First of all, you need to sacrifice a weapon slot. You need to sacrifice a glove slot. We don't have really broken strength stacking items like in Path of Exile 1. Yeah? So Face Breaker will be used mostly for the campaign. Maybe it will be a new meta where you level up with Face Breaker. But for endgame, it will not be great. Face Breaker will not be great for the endgame. You sacrifice a weapon slot, a glove slot, and you don't have great strength stacking items yet in Path of Exile 2. So this is the League Starter build that you see here. So the laziest builds are with minions, with brands and totems in Path of Exile 1. So if you're new to the game or if you're lazy, you should play minions, totems or brands. Very easy to play these builds. Maybe you want to copy my progress, so after you finish the campaign, you go with Abyss here. It gives you a lot of experience and also a good loot.
My satchel is full.
I'm playing very aggressively too. So with League Start items, you should play more carefully. The max version of this build introduces rage stacking later. So we're gonna stack rage later. Here I'm playing the normal version. I'm not on the max version, yeah? Let me check my body armor. This I slam it, yeah, I got a lucky slam with cold resistance and I unveiled cold and chaos. It's a great body armor. It's a movement penalty when you put the totems, but remember, I don't have 35 movement speed, so on the boots you can get 35 movement speed. You also have 5% movement speed from this notable, yeah? So we can get 35 here, with 5 here, that's 40 movement speed. You can also put a Farul rune. So in the boots, on top of that, you can put a Farul rune. So it will move faster. So it will move much faster than this later, yeah? And again this boss. Yeah, of course they will be expensive. So the Sekema relics with movement speed and quantity relics are very expensive. Those two combinations are best in slot. The fuck? Man, I didn't see anything on the screen. Oh shit. So I didn't see anything on the screen, that's why I died. Is this a shit build, huh? Yeah, is this a shit build? Who knows? Let's open a new map. These are terrible modifiers. I'm actually reading them. Oh, I'll do it. Look, terrible modifiers, I'll do it. So it reduces my maximum resistances and the life recovery. I will regenerate life harder. Terrible modifiers, but I'll do it. Mabo, you need to understand that I like to experiment with builds. I made the Shaman build because I wanted to play a different build and I wanted to experiment with a new build. And it's actually a very good build. Nobody forces you to make the Shaman build. If you like this one, you stay with this one. So it's a different build, separate build. So the Warbringer build one build, Shaman build another build. Similar playstyle with Totems, but they are different builds. Both of them are very strong. So this build is strong, Shaman build is strong. Look, these are terrible modifiers. I'll put it on the screen so you see them. The Shaman build is close to Immortal, so defense is very, very tanky. But it's also much more expensive, so the Warbringer that I'm playing here is cheap. The Shaman build is stronger, but it's very expensive. So the price is the main difference. Here it's a cheap build that you can do on League Start. Shaman build, maybe you do it later for the late end game, it's much more expensive. That's the main difference, the price. Here I'm playing Warbringer, which is much cheaper to make this setup. Of course, I said that I will make a zoo build with a Spirit Walker. So after I unlock my A class and get some currency, I will level up a Spirit Walker and try a zoo build. I think everyone will try a zoo build. You have so many specters that you can use. You can also use companions. Yeah, well, I want to do a zoo build. Should be also lazy. You know, the minions will do the damage for you. Oh. Yeah, the map modifiers are terrible. Hey Ryan, welcome. So this is a warrior that I leveled up from level 1 recently on stream. After the patch notes, I will do one more warrior. So after they reveal the patch notes, I will level another warrior. I want to show the progression for the campaign. Of course it can do. I did tier 16, you can also push the area level with irradiation, no problem. Yes, it can do. And remember, I have a lot of upgrades. Let me put the build guide on the screen, give me a second. Yeah, I'll put on the screen the build guide, we're gonna discuss a couple of things. Man, where it is, man? Here. Here is the build guide. If you scroll down, let me see, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. You will see that you have a normal version. So for the gear, for example, you have a normal version. These are affordable items, even on Leaguestar. Yeah, everything is affordable. And if you like the build and you want to push it, you have here the max version. Yeah? So this is not mandatory. So max version is for people that enjoy the build and they want to push it. In this video, what you see on the screen, I'm playing the normal version, which is very affordable, you know? Max version, if you like the build and want to make it ultra powerful. We put Heart of the Well. We get even more armor here. We get Rite of Passage, which will make you tanky. We get Fire Flower +4. There are some things that I explain. You can also use a Vertex. if you want, you can put a headhunter. It works. I think I need to put vertex somewhere here. Yeah. So you have a normal version and you have a max version. Here I'm playing the normal version because it's cheap. You should read with the build guide. So here I'm playing on the normal version. The build will get much stronger on the max version.
I've nowhere to keep that.
I do the boss. You see, I have lower maximum resistance as I took a lot of damage here. So this modifier is terrible.
Your way has no place here.
And the reduced life recovery 61.
My love, I call to you.
And I need to remind you that I'm using boss difficulty nodes, yeah? This one gives map boss difficulty.
This might be nothing.
We take them. Let's finish it. Yes, I will make a video on YouTube explaining the status of my builds, what happened with the patch notes. Check my YouTube channel tomorrow. When I wake up, I'll make the video. Let's try to do a simulacrum, my boy. Let's try to do a simulacrum with this build. I'm using cheap items, yeah? I mean, affordable items because I upgraded. So I did here a perfect jeweler's orb. That's why it's affordable. Here. So it's no longer 1-2 divines. Perfect jeweler's orb, it's like 2 divines on League Star. So probably it's 4 divines my build now. Because I use perfect jeweler's orb. Here we can put potent exposure. You unlock it for free when you reach level 90. It will give you for free a jewel socket. And here we can put potent exposure.
My satchel is full.
Let's try a simulacrum now. Patch notes will be in 7 hours. Around 7 hours.
Come check out what came in for you.
If you go on POE2DB, it will give you a timer when the patch notes will be released. So POE2DB, it gives you a timer for the patch notes. We get a support gem. And we put potent exposure. This one. So now the fire exposure that we get from the minions will apply more exposure, more damage. Let me try to do simulacrum on difficulty +1. The simulacrum is very repeat. This is not a build for simulacrum, but I think I can do it. So you need to invest more. This build can do simulacrum, but you need to invest much more.
As soon as I can.
Later, when you do the max version, you can do actually on difficulty +3. Let me see if I can do it. Man, I think this is too easy. Let's put difficulty +2. So difficulty +1, I think it will be too easy. Let me try +2. So difficulty +2. Oh! Fuck, oh shit, I opened the wrong one.
It shall be again.
And now let's do it. I wanted to do simulacrum. My bad. My bad. This is all road. Now I need to do it because they're more expensive.
I will stamp out evil.
You get the buffs from the minions. This gives you here some buffs, more damage. He moves a lot, that's a problem for my grenades. But it's fine. I mean, let's do the simulacrum after. Patch notes around 7 hours. So in 7 hours, around 7 hours, we have the patch.
You will plague this land no longer.
Nothing. Okay, let's open the simulacrum now. Hey everyone, welcome.
You've got some goods in.
Yeah, so the main purpose is we're waiting for the patch notes. I mean, everyone is waiting for the patch notes, not just me.
Have an order?
Okay, let's try to do simulacrum again. This is for simulacrum.
I'll post it right away.
So I repeat, this build is not for simulacrum, but I think I can do it even with these items. When the build is fully done and maxed, you can do it simulacrum on +3, but until then, let me try +2, see if I can do it. So this is simulacrum on +2, let's see how it goes.
This place is becoming twisted.
Can you teach us how to make your own build, our own build in video? Boy, you need to understand each player in Path of Exile, he plays a particular build archetype. For example, Gazi plays minions. He's specialized in minions. I've been playing in Path of Exile 1 Totems for more than 8 years now. So of course, even in Path of Exile 2, my priority and focus was Totems. So I borrow some of the mentality from Path of Exile 1. So first of all, you need to have a niche. You need to have a build archetype that you enjoy. For me, it's Totems. So I like Totems in Path of Exile 1. I have a lot of Totem builds in Path of Exile 1. Of course, I try also in Path of Exile 2. So this is the first step. You need to make a build archetype that you enjoy. It's not like you can make any build that you want from the game. You know, you cannot do that. So you start there, you think what build archetype you enjoy, and you try to make that one. Also, you need to play a lot that you need to understand. Yes, you need to understand the game, of course. But usually it's a build archetype that you played in the past. You start with that one. I did it. So if you go, so 30 minutes ago I did simulacrum on maximum difficulty on the shaman build. 30 minutes ago live on stream. So I relogged on the shaman build and I did simulacrum on +3 30 minutes ago on stream. It's very easy, actually you cannot die. So shaman can do on maximum difficulty without problems. It's close to immortal, you cannot die. So 30 minutes ago, you missed it, I relogged on the shaman and I did simulacrum on +3. You can check the VOD. With shaman it's easy. Now there is a thing that I don't like here because you don't get experience. So my main complaint with simulacrum is you don't get experience if you farm it. I think much more people would farm simulacrum if you actually get some experience for your time. Because you're spending a lot of time here, you want to get some experience. Yeah, you don't get experience anymore. That's a problem for me. So how you play the Warbringer build in simulacrum, you move in circles in the edge of the arena. So you don't want to stay in the middle, you move in the edge like this. And every 1 second you drop a totem. So you see, I move in towards the edge of the arena, and every 1 second I drop a totem. This is how you should play. When things go spicy, you will activate your shield. This one. So when the co-season Omniphobia boss is spawned, you directly activate your shield, so you're safe. If you play like this, you should be able to do it. Even with cheaper items.
Let yourself be drawn into the fire.
My boy, regarding the build guide, let's wait for the patch notes because I will tweak the build guides. So depending what I read in the patch notes, I will do some changes to the build guide. So if you want to practice my build, just wait for the patch notes and let me do my changes. So I will tweak the build guide depending what I read in the patch notes. So this build is not ideal for Simulacrum, I'm just pushing my luck. You can do Simulacrum when it's fully done, the build. When you max it, for sure you can do it. But until then, you should stick with max. For Simulacrum, we need really tanky builds. So when Causes and Omniphobia spawn the bosses, I will use the Jade Shield. Yeah? When you see the boss, you activate the Jade Shield.
Are you trying to cleanse yourself of me?
Here, I activated it, yeah? It gives you a shield. Okay. And so far it's looking decent.
You can't get rid of me, exile. I am you.
So you move in circles, you drop a totem every 1 second, and when the boss is spawned, you press Engage in Jade, it will give you a shield that will absorb damage. So the moment you see a boss spawning, you put this, and it will absorb damage from the boss.
Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass.
Okay, I need to be careful, it's like a corridor, yeah? Oh! Here, I use the shield. You see a boss, you use the shield directly. Done. With you, I don't want to repeat that song too many times, you know, people will get bored. Okay, let's do this one. I mean, we can put it 1 second, why not? Look, I'll put it now. Give me a second, I need to click here. Yeah, it's fine. Because it's in line with what's happening on the screen, yeah? So the lyrics of the song are in line with what's happening here. Oh, okay, this is expensive. Eh. Let me deposit in the stash.
Do you not wonder what tugs at the strings of fate? What stands as fine the abyss and beckons you to fall?
So the visual clarity in the next patch will be way better. There was an interview with Ziggy D and they explained that they worked the visual clarity and the PC performance. So whatever you see here will no longer be the case in 0.5, yeah? Yeah. I can actually do it. No, Venom, in the next patch it will not look like this. They fixed it. So it's just in 0.4. In 0.5 will not be like this. I'm trying to get the buffs from the minions, yeah? Here. Increase damage and skill speed. Oh! Need to pay attention here. Oh! Let me pay attention. So far so good. Of course I tested, the Warbringer is the best. So I said multiple times that the best in slot is Warbringer, yeah? I'll repeat. First of all, you get one extra totem for free, which is a big DPS boost. And it's not conditionally. For example, if you do a mercenary, you also get one extra totem. But that totem that you get is conditional. In order for the totems to attack, you need to shoot with another skill. So you need to press much more buttons. Also, when you summon a totem, you get extra minions that will give you powerful buffs. Also, it's tanky as fuck. The totems will absorb damage. So that a portion of the damage that you receive gets redirected to a totem. This is very powerful, especially for new players that die a lot. Also have a shield that will absorb damage and we get armor break for free. So you don't need to use another skill to break the armor of the enemies, just the grenades will break naturally the armor. This is the best in slot, it's a no-brainer. It's way better than a mercenary. I made even videos on YouTube explaining. So I took side by side a mercenary and a Warbringer and I explained why this is superior. If you check my YouTube channel. Way superior than a mercenary. I made like 3 videos so far explaining why Warbringer is #1. And in terms of damage and defense, it will get way better. Here I'm using the normal setup, which is not ultra expensive. It's like 2-4 divines maximum what I have here, with league start prices. Okay, and let's do the last one.
Believe me, you will fall, exile.
So if you do Witch Hunter, sure it will have good defenses, but will have way less damage than Warbringer. So you lose one extra totem, you lose the minions, you don't have armor break. So way less damage than the Warbringer. This is the last wave, no?
I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
The mana flask is cheap.
Keep your precious sanity, my agent of chaos. You shall
Yeah, apparently you can do it if you know what you're doing. But you should stick to maps. My boy, you should wait to see the quality effect.
Some good
So before you make any gemling build, you should wait for the patch notes and you need to read the quality effect for Mortal Cannon and for Cluster Grenade. So it depends on what quality effect you get. So probably you get hyped with the reveal of the extra quality effects that you get, but you need to see. If it's nothing incredible, you don't do it. Warbringer will still be better. Remember, if you do Gemling Legionnaire, you will lose one extra totem, which is a big damage multiplier. Okay, let's use this one. You put it here. And let's put it here, and we do this one. So let's wait for the patch notes and we see exactly what quality effect we get. I don't think you will get one extra totem, it will be too broken. You could just scale quality effects and try to get more than one totem. I don't think you will get one extra totem. This is expensive. And I simply love Abyss on a league start. Just do Abyss, especially with this build, and you'll get rich really fast.
Steel yourself!
Oh! So you get a lot of experience and good loot too. Let's run a little. Go back. After this map, let's watch some YouTube videos. No, with the recent reveals that they did. Yeah.
Now you die!
Oh, he dropped shit. No, it was a mini boss. A mini boss from the stone circles, not me. Plus, the maps that I open, they have just one portal. So if I die, I lose the map. So I have just one portal, one death, and I'm done with the map. No, I choose the maps very aggressively. The only downside, let's put it in quotes because it's not a big downside, Acts 1 and 2 are quite slow. So when you start with a warrior, especially if you're new to the game, you might find the campaign in the early acts quite slow. That can be a problem for new players. But you know, you stay forever in the endgame, in the campaign you do it once and you're done with it. So it's not a big problem. What do you mean by that? How come we are doing level 79 maps? Build not done or to juice map? What do you mean? Area level 79 is waste on 15. So this is waste on 15. For waste on 16, it's the same gameplay. I did multiple waste on 16 here. I just don't have anymore. So it's exactly the same clear speed on waste on 16. I did plenty of them even yesterday. I did a lot of waste on 16 with this build. So it's exactly the same gameplay, the same feel. Let me put an irradiation tablet to push it to 80. So I can put, but I will get less abyssal. So if I put an irradiation tablet, I will get less abyssal in my maps. So after this map, I'll put irradiation. I need to be careful here. Damages extra kills. Uppercase, thank you. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you again. Good luck in 8 days. We have the league start in 8 days. So, okay, I will push the area level after this map. We're gonna use an irradiation tablet and the waste on 16. So I'll put area level. Need to be careful with this boss. 1 second. Fuck this boss. I have bad modifiers on the map. Oh, I will die here. Yeah, I will die here. Yeah, fuck this boss. I had bad modifiers. Let's push the area level. Put here irradiation. And remember another thing. I'm using boss difficulty on purpose. So not only that I use cheap items, I have map boss difficulty so I'm fair with everyone. Yeah, so in case you're new to the game, having map boss difficulty gives much more damage and much more defenses. Yeah. So keep in mind that I'm doing the showcase with these nodes allocated. Yeah, some people remove the nodes, so the showcase is easy. I don't remove them, I keep them. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's buy some irradiation tablets. It was also a shit boss with those modifiers, but I'm also using map boss difficulty. Okay, so this will push the area level. I'm gonna use one, so you're happy. Let's do this one. And now area level should be higher. Look, I waste on 16. I mean, I need with 8 modifiers. Let me try to get, so to get waste on 16, you take waste on 15, you put a lot of modifiers and you try to corrupt. So it's tricky to get it. So you can only get it if you corrupt and it turns into a waste on 16. Look, I'm even using Omen of Corruption. Look, I got one here. Let's do it. So it's pretty much the same gameplay. Look, waste on 16, yeah? The patch notes around 7 hours from now. So in around 7 hours from now. There is a timer on POE the database. There is a timer on this screen. Yeah, here I have just one portal. If I'm dead, it's done with the map. Look, area level 81. And it's exactly the same gameplay. So nothing changed. There's the same gameplay, the same feel. You're using the amulet. It's pretty basic, man. Look, I'm using Guide of Doom with an anointment. The anoint is very cheap. So is this one here. I'm using cheap emotions. So I don't have +1 corruption. I'm using cheap items. I mean affordable items for league stat. I don't want to use with a good corruption or something. On league stat, I would prefer to use Eye of Doom. Fire Flower you transition later. When you do the max version, you put Fire Flower. So for the Fire Flower transition, you need to have more skill points allocated, so more gem, more character levels. You also need better items to compensate the lack of one totem. So what I recommend, if it's league start in the first month, you should stick Eye of Doom. When you get around level 95 and you get better items overall, you can transition to Fire Flower. So in the normal version, when you're using cheap items, I recommend using Eye of Doom because it will give you better map control for your budget. So don't go directly to Fire Flower +4 because it will suck. Fire Flower +4 when you have around level 95 and you have better items overall. You need to upgrade all your other items. Then you transition. You don't go directly to Fire Flower, it will not feel that great. Also having more totems, it will help you to clear the maps faster. So when you get to the Atlas skill points, you will do it easier with more totems. So look, I raised the area level to 81 just to show you that I can do it. But most of the people, when you're gonna farm your content, you're gonna do waste on 15. That's it. Yeah, you don't need to go to area level 81 for waste on 16 and crap like that. You waste on 15. It's more than enough when you farm your abyss. Here I just I'm doing it to show that I can do it. There is actually a benefit. Let's be honest here. If you raise your area level, the only benefit that I can see on League Start is that you get more experience. So you power level faster. So you can put an irradiation tablet so you get at least area level 80. Can you show your Atlas? Remember, they will change the Atlas. So the points that you see here will be different. So it doesn't matter my Atlas tree. In patch 0.5, they changed the Atlas tree, it's different. Yeah, so even if you copy my Atlas tree, it's for nothing. Because they will rework the Atlas tree in 0.5. So yeah, you can check it here. Yeah, I show you the Atlas tree. Also, I'm doing the showcase with mob boss difficulty to make it harder. Yes, the patch notes will be like in 6 hours or 7. If you go on POE database, there is a timer. Fuck! So I did the boss with my both difficulty nodes, yeah? In area level 81. I mean, I don't want to complicate things. When you do your upgrades for the build, you'll do more damage, so I still have a lot of upgrades. But those are much more expensive. If you do the max version of the build, it will get easy as fuck. It's already easy, but it will get much easier. In the Abyssal Coffers, you can find Diviners. So here, many times you can find Divines. We're gonna see in 6 hours. So patch notes in 6 hours, they will be published. Yeah, it's terrible for Europe. That is a terrible time for me. It's very late. It's like 2 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. So I'm still thinking about it. Probably I'll go to sleep. It's way too late for me. Jonathan Karzu, boss, thank you for the support, man. Have a good start in 8 days. Thank you. Later, I want to add it to the build guide. So actually, I want to use Vertex. So when you do the max version and you have more character levels, we can transition to a Vertex. Yeah, we currently don't have Vertex in my build guide, but it's powerful. You get +4 gem levels. That's a lot of damage. So I will tweak the build guide and I will say when you transition to the max version, you can use a Vertex with +3 or +4. In the normal version, you use a rare helmet like this, but in the max version we're gonna use Vertex. It will give you even more damage. So I want to add it to the guide that we can use the Vertex. Vertex will stay with +4, you will see. Oh. And I need flash charges. Let me check the map modifiers. So I have this one, 66 less recovery of life. That's why. Damage is extra cold, damage is extra chaos. Oh! I will die to bleeding. And I need something. Give me flash charges. Let's wait to heal. Okay, now we can do it. Abyssal Depths, let's do it. How is this built with Delirium? Easy as fuck. Even yesterday I did so many maps with Delirium. Even today I even did Simulacrum. So someone on YouTube asked me how is this build with Delirium. Know that I did plenty of maps with Delirium. You missed them. So you just joined the stream, but no, I did a lot of maps with Delirium. I even did Simulacrum here with this build. So you can check the VOD of the stream. You see me doing this Delirium. Let me open another map, no problem. Next map I'll do Delirium. So the next map that I'll open, I'll add Delirium. So I'll open another one. It's easy. So let me finish this map, we do another one and I'll add Delirium. No. Reflect is not a problem for this build. Oh, he didn't die. Okay, let me do a map and I'll add Mirror of Delirium to showcase it. So someone asked me about Mirror of Delirium. It's easy. Let me show you. The fuck? I know what happened. Yes. Let me make the portal here. So I'll take a tablet to guarantee the Delirium mirror and I will show you. Let me take this one. Let's juice it. We do it. It's easy. We're gonna do this one. Look, I'll put here. So we're gonna have irradiation. So we have one area level. We're gonna have abyss and we're gonna have delirium. Here it's how I'm juicing my map. I put alchemy and I put some slums and I just put it. I can do all the modifiers. Simulacrum, I did it. So you watch the Twitch VOD literally 20 minutes ago. I did a simulacrum with this build 20 minutes ago. I don't want to do another one. So 20 minutes ago on stream live I did simulacrum on difficulty +2. You said delirium. Now look, I'm doing delirium.
I knew it.
So literally 20 minutes ago I did a simulacrum. I won't do another one. Let me check the modifiers. I took a lot of damage. See what we have. Oh, 2 additional projectiles, extra damage as chaos. Terrible modifiers. I can die here. I'm not even chaos resistance kept. Okay, I will do it, but it's terrible. The modifiers are shit. Check them here. When you have shit modifiers like this, you need to play very carefully. Also, they apply bleeding, no? Let me read. We have bleeding. Yeah, monsters inflict bleeding on hit. Terrible. This is literally one of the worst maps that I ever opened. Let me take a point here. We can go here. I need to take this point. So if you have a shit map like this, you play very carefully. You can still do it, but this is extremely deadly. So you can check the modifiers to the right. These are terrible. I will take a lot of damage. I'm not even kept with chaos. You play more carefully. Oh. Oh. I'm amazed that I'm still alive. So with these modifiers I should be dead long time ago. With the items that I'm using and should be dead here. Like get one shot it or something. No. Oh. So yeah. Oh, we also have elemental penetration. So 2 additional projectiles, elemental penetration, 49 as extra chaos. Monster I feel bleeding on hit. Terrible. Don't worry about the visual clarity because Jonathan Rogers, there was an interview with Ziggy D and they said that they fixed grenades. They said that in patch 0.5 they fixed the visual clarity. So whatever you see now on the screen, this will not be the case in 0.5. So whatever you see here, this will not be how it will look in the next patch. they fixed the visual clarity in the next patch. I should open another map. I just want to do it to show you that I can do it, but this is extremely deadly. The modifiers that you see here for my items are extremely deadly. Yeah, so even if you have a terrible combination, you can still do it, but you play more carefully. Oh, I will dead. Oh, shit, oh! So again, I died because of the modifiers, yeah? Let's be clear. Let me try to do a trial of Sekema carry. So with the items that I have here, let me try to do trial of Sekema, and I will invite people. When I reach the final boss, I will invite 2 people from the Twitch chat, and we try to see how many people I can carry. Now, Volcanic Fisher is great. So okay, we go to trial of Sekema now, and I'm gonna emulate a carry service. Let me check a couple of things. I want to get boots with more movement speed. So 25 movement speed is not enough. In trial of Sekema, you should have like minimum 30 movement speed. So let me change the boots. Check my resistances. So I need with fire and with lighting. Yeah, let me buy another boots here. So movement speed is important for trial of Sekema. I'm gonna take fire resistance. Like 20, no? Let me check again. Yeah, 20 is fine, and 20 is fine here. We get lightning resistance, 20. We want some maximum life, like 120, and the most important part is the movement speed. Movement speed, then we take 35. Yeah, these are great. I'm looking for armor or armor and evasion. Both of them are fine. Let me see with some chaos resistance how much it is. Now let's buy without it. Make it cheaper. I'm gonna buy the first one here. So with chaos resistance it's much more expensive. I don't want to buy it. Or we can try to slam another socket. Yeah, we can also do, let's buy another one, and I'll try to slam another socket, so we put a rune of Takati. Buy this one too.
Come check out what came in for you.
Okay, let's buy one more. One of them will get another additional socket and I can use it. Let's buy this too. Try to slam it.
To be.
Huh? Oh, I don't have exalted orbs.
If anyone, you're back.
Let me buy a couple.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, fine, give me.
This move,
Now I buy it.
in and out. Did you get that? If anyone asks, we don't know each other.
You've got some goods in.
Let me put quality, and we... Yeah, I need to buy. Let me clean my inventory a little, it's terrible. I'm struggling with inventory space. So here in this league, I don't have space. All my tabs are filled. Okay.
Can I help?
Now we buy some armor scraps. Okay.
Can I help?
Give me a second. Okay, put them here.
Oh, it's
Now I
you.
buy some more.
All right, your order is registered.
This is cheap, armor scrap is cheap, don't worry. With league start economy. 6 hours. So patch notes around 6 hours. Still a lot of hours, no? And I will try to get an additional socket. Give me a second, let's buy more. Usually you get it. In free you should get it, but sometimes you don't get it, no problem. I also use the omen, I mean, this is what it is, let's buy more.
It's your lucky day.
So I try, when I play on all my items here, I try to get an additional socket. So even for the helmet, you know, I'm very picky, additional socket is quite big. So for the boots, for the gloves, for the helmet, I try to corrupt them to get one more socket. Okay, let's try now. I mean, we have lag here, I need to go my hideout. So it was a different server. Try again. Put socket. Please give me additional socket. I got it. And now we can put Farul rune, so we get 40% movement speed.
Yes.
Here. This is what I usually do for the endgame, yeah? Look at the prices. You can pay 3 divines for 1 Farul rune, or you can pay 59 exalted for 1 Farul. I mean, the economy is fucked up, man. This is fucked up economy here.
All right, your order is registered.
Okay, let me buy Farul now. This one. Oh, not stock. You can only use one, yeah? And we can also put Takati rune. This is how I usually get my boots.
I'll post it right away.
Okay. Now I move much more faster, you see? So for the end game, you should aim to have boots with 35 movement speed, and you put a Farul rune inside. Yeah, so you move fast. I will move even faster because on the skill tree, we can take this one, Gem Enthusiasm, which will give you more maximum life and speed. Let me see if I can drop something. 1 second.
Yes, I've changed my mind.
We can drop this. We can drop this. Now I can take it. In order to benefit from this notable, we need to put some random support gems. It says like this, 5% maximum life if you have 10 red support gems, and you need to check how many you have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in order to get more support gems, you take a random skill gem, a skill that you will never use. Okay, let's take a skill gem here, put a random crossbow skill, something that you will never use. Put it here, and you put a random support gem that is red. That's it. And you will get 5% more. Let's take this one. More life. Let's put this one. So this is the life that I have, 2689. You see, now I have 2840. Yeah. This skill I will never use it. It's just for the red support gem. So it triggers the ascendancy node. Sorry, the skill tree node with gem enthusiasm. And now we can benefit 5% movement speed. So So it says the 5% movement speed if you have at least 10 green support gems. And you count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I need 3 more. So let's put a greater jeweler sword. We put it here, and I need 3 random green support gems. Doesn't matter, random, because anyway you will not use that skill. Let's put this. Let's put this. And for the last one, so movement speed, you see it here at the bottom. It says movement speed modifier. You have 33%. Yeah. So you need to go much more than 33. I think I need one more support. Let me take one support random. Green, doesn't matter. Now we check. Still 43. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is disabled. Let's put it here. No, 38. It worked. Yeah? So without this support here, I will have 33. The moment I put this support here, I have 38. So you get 5% more movement speed. Yeah, it directly upgrades to 5 slots. So you don't need to put lesser than, greater than, perfect. If you put perfect directly, you get maximum slots. So now I move even faster. Okay, let's go to Trial of Sekema now. Yeah, it's good to know. So I will do a carry service before the last boss. I will invite people from the stream. Okay, let me get a barrier. And let's see how many I can carry. So after usually I will do the service around level 94. For the relics, I recommend you buy this one. It says rare no. Bosses take increased damage, not this one. Let me see here. Take increased. You want this one. Bosses take increased damage. So if you're gonna do the Ascendancy service on a budget, you should take this modifier. It says bosses take increased damage. This will make you that you kill the last boss much faster. This is the trick if you want to do early carry services. Let me check for a second modifier that gives me more benefit. Maximum resolvement. Increased honor. This one. Oh, fuck. Give me a second. I'll just buy with one modifier then. This is not that important. Honor when you click a shrine. If it's too expensive, you lower the roll until you find cheaper. Look, like this, for example. You don't need to buy perfect.
You've got some good.
Do you have a video about the full trial run on Twitch? I have on YouTube. Let's check my YouTube together. Give me a second. I'll put it on the screen. Give me a moment. I'll put it on the screen so everyone can see. So we go to my YouTube channel, which is here. You scroll down. You go to videos. And you watch patch 0.4 videos. Let me see where it is. So I did a lot of Trial of Sekema in patch 0.4 and I did many videos. Here I did a run and I explained what I'm doing. So you might want to watch this video. So for those that missed it, I like Trial of Sekema. I do a lot of carry services and I also farm other things too. This is the video where I do a full run. And while I'm doing the run, I'm explaining what I'm doing. Yeah, I start with the relic setup and all the thing that you want. So yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Even here I did a full run and I explained how to do the carry service. You might want to check this too. Okay, let's go back to the game.
Check back soon.
I was answering on YouTube. So this was a YouTube question. Now we can put one more here. I think tapestry relic. Let me check. This one. Yeah. Let's take this one. So this is the modifier. Bosses take increased damage.
It's your lucky day.
Give me a moment.
You've got some goods in. Sure thing.
I love it, this one. Now it's a different economy, that's the problem. On Kickstarter it's much cheaper.
Thanks for the chat.
Okay, let's put them and we run it. When I get to the last boss, I will invite people from Twitch and see how many people I can carry. Okay, this is shit. Okay, so I want honor resistance here. And bosses take increased damage. Let's lower the rolls a little, so I don't overpay. Something like this. So if you lower the rolls, it'll be cheaper.
It's your lucky day.
Increase maximum honor. Let's check this too. I think it cannot spawn. Let's buy another one. We put here 24. Let's take this one.
It's your lucky day.
And now we're gonna run it.
All the best.
So yeah, you can carry people in Trial of Sekema and they actually pay 2 divines per spot. So you can literally make around 100 divines per day. With the loot and everything, you make close to 100 divines per day, even on day 8. So, yeah. People don't usually like Trial of Sekema and they will pay for the service. So you use area level 80 with 4 trials and we run it.
Another barrier. Another
Okay. When I get to the last boss, I will invite people. If you have boots with movement speed 35 and Farul rune, you move really fast here. So it's a game breaker to get boots with 45 movement speed.
Stand tall.
Take this one. Movement speed, of course. Let me check my honor resistance. It's very easy. You go here to a trial and you check here. It's fine. It's fine. So check the first modifier. Bosses take increased damage. So this is the secret for doing carry services. Yeah? If you want to do on League Start, if you want to carry more than 2 guys, you try to get this modifier. Bosses take increased damage. You can get more than 200. And the bosses will die very fast, and that's how you do the carry service. Now if you get better with Trial of Sekima, it's not just for profit, but you can run it yourself in the future, you get more experience. So I always encourage to practice Trial of Sekima. So when you do your labs, it will be easy.
Impressive endurance.
It's not that bad, but you need to practice.
Respect. The ritual has been disrupted.
If you put exclamation build in the Twitch chat, you have my shaman build with Ancestral Warrior Thunder. So I actually have a build with Ancestral Warrior Thunder. You put exclamation build in chat. You look for the shaman build. Shaman build is with Ancestral Warrior Totems. With Thunder, yes. It's very powerful. You have a gameplay footage video at the top of the build guide. So you see it before you make it. All my build guides have a gameplay video at the top, so people can see the gameplay before they make the build.
Stand tall.
You go here.
Good riddance. Rest a while.
Oh! These are incredible. This is will make it easy, this one.
Fight. May that
If you get this one, it's game over. Now I can carry more than... I'll try to invite 3 people. So if you get this boon, you can invite more than 1 guy on League Start. You can get like 2 or 3, because this will give you a lot of damage. So yeah, depends also what affliction and boons you have. If you have good boons, you can invite more people for the carry service. In this first run, I want to invite just 2 people to see how it goes. It should be easy. So the only problem that you have, it has hourglass phase. The more people you have in the party, the faster the hourglass phase will go. So you need to collect the mini hourglasses faster. If you have a full party, you need to collect them really fast. It's stressful. That's why.
The foe ahead is formidable. Steel yourself. Beware of the birth.
Noma boy, for the amulet, you need to use exactly the one from the build guide so you do more damage. We generate rage from the shaman ascendancy, and we also use a spirit gem that gives you rage regeneration. Follow the build guide for the shaman.
Use that.
Let me check something here. Yeah, it's fine. I'll take this one. So after I unlock my Atlas, I will make a Spirit Walker and I'll make a Zoo build. I want to make a lot of companions. It all comes down to the companions that you select. So it should still be lazy with a lot of minions around you. It should be fun in my opinion, but the map clearing speed will be slower. So yeah, after I unlock my Atlas, I'm gonna make a Spirit Walker. That's my plan. You know, I want to have some fun. I'll also make the Shaman build, but later. So we unlock the Atlas with this build, we get some early currency, then I will level up a Spirit Walker and we're gonna have some fun with a Zoo build.
Desert.
Oh! For League Start, for Moneymaker, I recommend Breach and Abyss. This will be the most profitable content that you can pick. I think a lot of people will get baited with the Ritual. They think Ritual is great. It's not great. First of all, the Omens will get expensive later. So most of those Omens that you know, Wheatling, etc. Will get more expensive after day 20 or something. But not on League Start. Initially they will be cheap. And the uniques, don't expect to find crazy expensive uniques early on. So I think Abyss and Breach will be more profitable than farming Ritual on the first 7 days. A lot of people will start with Ritual, but I think it will be better to go with Abyss or Breach. I can also do it like this, you know, we can stop the stream and the moment they publish the patch notes, I go online a bit. So we don't know when the patch notes, it's speculated that in 7 hours. 7 hours is very late for me, I mean, it's close to 8 PM here, yeah? If you add 7 hours or 6 hours, it's like 2 AM in the night. It's very late for me. So if you go on POE database, it has a timer when they will release the patch notes. And it says like 6 hours and something. It's very late for me. Yeah, I want to be rest tomorrow because when I wake up, I'll make a video regarding my builds and the patch notes. So I need to sleep well for the video. No? Then I will stream and we're gonna talk on stream about the patch notes. My boy, I'm from Romania, Transylvania. Someone on YouTube asked.
Use that.
So yeah, you can check my YouTube because even if you miss the stream, I will make a video where I talk about my starter and what happened in the patch notes. So you can watch that video on my YouTube. I'll make a summary of the patch notes within my build, yeah? Oh! So you cannot miss it. Let's finish first the second one. So I will invite 2 people from the Twitch chat just to make it harder. So we pretend that I'm doing the carry service and let's see how many people I can invite. Okay, let's go here.
The ritual has been disrupted.
Let me think if I want this. Yeah, I'll take this one. So the afflictions that you pick are very important. Pay careful attention. Oh!
Feel my wrath!
Hop! Hop! If you dodge roll on top of a trap, you don't take damage.
Two ancient guardians await you ahead.
It can do carry services starting day 3 or so, yes. But not a full party carry, you can carry like 2-3 guys, not full party. If you want a full party, you need to get better items. So you need to upgrade your items, you follow the guide, and then you can do a full party carry. But on League Start, you can carry like 2 or 3 guys. So yeah, on day 3, you can carry people in Trial of Sekima, but not full party. Full party, you can do it later.
Be light on your feet.
Because you don't have a lot of money to do full party.
It's gaining strength.
Being outnumbered did not mean I was outmatched.
That was an impressive display.
So I will actually invite 3 people from the Twitch chat, and we're gonna see how the carry service goes, yeah?
Let's plan. The choices made that serve you.
Okay, almost there. Halfway there. Yeah, good evening, welcome. Man, I need to take this one now. Terrible. Oh. Whoa. Yeah.
An oasis in
Go
the
here.
desert.
I got, where are the patch notes? Do we know? Let me show you, man. So there is a timer on POE database. Let's put it on the screen so everyone can see. Then I don't see the timer. Oh shit. So someone in the chat told me that on POEDB there is a timer when it's the patch notes. I don't see it. Oh, now I see it. My boy, I see it. Let's put it on the screen. I actually see it. So if you watch here at the top left, it says patch notes in 7 hours and 2 minutes. Yeah. So this is an estimate. It's not exact hour, but it's speculated that the patch notes will be around 7 hours. Yeah. I mean, you need to check with your local time zone. Depending on that, you see the hour, but it's roughly around 7 hours. Which is very late for me. Yeah.
Brit! Thou beast!
No, they added, this is the nerf that they did in patch 0.4. So you ask me for the totem to attack faster? No. So in patch 0.3, the moment you summon a totem, it would start attacking immediately. In patch 0.4, they nerfed my build, so they added a delay. So the totem will should start shooting the grenade after half a second. This is a nerf that they did to the build. Yeah. So in patch 0.3, you summon the totem, it will start attacking immediately. In patch 0.4, they added a delay. So the totem will start targeting and attacking after half of a second. That's fixed, you cannot change it. And the attack speed does nothing for the build. So you cannot, sadly, you cannot improve the time of attack. So this is a big nerf that they did in patch 0.4, but the build is still viable. Usually I tell people to summon the totems with a delay, like one totem every 1 second. And this will guarantee that all the time you have totems attacking on the screen. So a big mistake is to summon the totems like this. You don't summon like this, it's a mistake. You want to put a delay. And this way you always have totems attacking on the screen. So you add a delay, you know? You need to play the build correctly. The best is cluster grenade. I tested all the grenades possible. If you want, if you're picky dicky, you can use this one, explosive grenade. So instead of cluster grenade, you can use explosive grenade, but cluster grenade is superior for everything. It's better for single target, it's better for map clearing. So another option is to use explosive grenade. Look, I will do the next room with explosive grenade.
I would give anything for
Let me check here, we go here. So this room I do with explosive grenade. But cluster is superior, I talked many times about it. You have a better area of effect, you clear the maps faster. And also the explosions overlap, so single target will also be better actually. So this is with explosive. I tested all the possible grenades. Cluster is superior. Oh, plus the explosions are in your face, you know, very bright. They fixed the grenades explosion, but still. Oh. Let's take this. Okay, let me do the next room too. So yeah, cluster grenade is better, trust me. Let's put it back. Let me check here. No, we don't take anything. So here is a fresh warrior that I started from level 1. I showcased the campaign progression. And I'm not using, this is not my max setup. I'm using affordable items. Yeah, on purpose. I want to do carry service for Trial of Sekima because my build can do it. So on day 3 of a league start, you can carry people in Trial of Sekima. On day 3. I will invite 3 people and we try to kill the last boss. So yeah, in 10 minutes we're gonna do the last boss and I will do a carry service free, guys, to showcase the power of the build. Let's go here. No, this is still the second warrior that I started last week. I will make a new warrior after the patch notes. So I'll do the campaign one more time, but after the patch notes. Now we're waiting for the patch notes. Oh.
Swift magnificence.
Okay, let me check.
I shall aid you. Always
Take it.
onwards. Beware the scorpion sting.
Oh, yeah. Done. The reason I'm having some relics that increase the damage against bosses. That's what you want to take if you do the carry service on cheap items. You can open Arcanist Strongbox. I can give you divines.
Rest a while. Use that well.
Okay, we do the last floor now. Let me show you my relics, which are cheap on this stuff. So this is my relic setup for carry service. You prioritize the first modifier that says bosses take increased damage. Yeah, you can get more than 200% for cheap. And you will destroy the last boss here, Zarov. When you do the carry service, he will die very fast. But you need to stack as much. This one, bosses take increased damage. This is the secret for carry services on League Star. Let's go here.
A traitor and a Jingak. What a fitting pair.
You know, I practice a lot Trial of Sekima, so for me it's easy. Even in patch 0.4, I did it more than 1 month. So each day I was doing Trial of Sekima carry service. I practiced a lot, so that's why it's easy for me. I know all the rooms, I know all the afflictions. I practiced a lot. Let's go here. Oh! Here you dodge roll, you don't take... If you dodge roll on top of the trap, you don't take damage. Dodge roll, dodge roll. Yeah. Oh! Yeah. Oh.
An oasis in the desert.
Man, I'm hyped, but it'll be very late. So patch notes will roughly be in 7 hours from now, which will be like 2 AM in the morning. So this is my local time zone. It's 8 p.m. So the page notes probably will be at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., which is very late for me. Of course I'm high, but I don't think I will stay until 2 a.m. Too late. Let me think. We take this one. Okay, I'm reading carefully the affliction. So this is a problem for European players. Usually they publish them very late for us. When I wake up, I'll make a video and I explain what happened with my build with the patch notes. Yeah, maybe we even get buffs, we don't know. You know, buffs indirectly. From the skill tree, from the gems, we don't know. I'll check them carefully. And tomorrow, if you drop by on stream, we're gonna discuss just the patch notes. So the entire day, we're gonna talk about the patch notes.
A great challenge overcome.
Here I'm showcasing my League Starter build, and I'm gonna do trial of Sekema carry service. So this is a fresh warrior that I did. I'm not using crazy items. And I will invite 3 people from the chat and see how it goes with the carry service. So my build can do trial of Sekema carry service on day 3. Or something like that. Let me see. Let's go here. You see, I'm reading very carefully the affliction. My boy, if anyone from the chat needs the ascendancy points for their ascendancy, you can send me a whisper now to reserve a spot. You get it for free. So you get all the points here. Maybe you have a character that you want to test. Yeah, maybe you need the points. Send me a whisper, you get all of them. So send me a whisper in game. I will invite you to party, you get it for free. We're gonna do it in 4 minutes. So yeah, whisper me and I will invite you to party. The weapon that I'm having, I crafted it like 20. I crafted 20 of these crossbows. Deterministically, it's 1 divine. So I won't craft another one. So this crossbow that you see here, you can craft it deterministically for around 1 diviner. Very, very, very cheap on League. And this is more than enough to do all the content from the game. I literally crafted since yesterday more than 20 crossbows. I won't do another one. So even when I started the stream today, I crafted 5. Yesterday I crafted like 15. I will not craft more. You need to trust me that you can craft deterministic 100% for around 1 diviner. Yeah, this looks expensive, but it's actually dirt cheap to craft. Dirt cheap to craft. And this is more than enough to do all the content from the game. You also have it in the build guide, how to craft a crossbow such as this. It's extremely cheap. You can craft it for 1 divine. I crafted more than 20. So in the last 48 hours, I craft more than 20 crossbows. I won't do one more now. Very cheap craft. And deterministic.
You truly know what you pursue here. You will suffer the same.
It looks
fate
expensive,
as
but it's
myself.
extremely cheap to craft. Let me see, we go here and click here. You have the guide on how to craft the crossbow in my build guide. And what happened, man? Oh, this is a bug. So this was a bug here. Let's try again. It should teleport me outside, yeah? Let's try again. Yeah, it was a bug. Oh! Yeah. Here it's a secret, you put your totems here, because there are some enemies there, yeah? You kill the enemies there and now you traverse. Yeah, come here. Anyone else? You get it for free. So I need 2 more guys, yeah? You get it for free, you don't need to pay.
Oasis in the desert.
So I need to do 2 more rooms, then we do the boss, yeah? Wait a little. Let's do this one. Anyone else? You get all the points.
Good riddance.
What's your in-game? Oh, no problem. Is this one. So POEGuy Ballista. Very simple name. Yeah? Copy it and send me a whisper. Now I will invite you to party. Of course, I'm using cheap items. So the items that I have are around 3 diviners here. Everything that I have. The most expensive thing will be the crossbow that I crafted for around 1 diviner. All the others are accessible items that you can get on Lickstart. Nothing incredible. So yeah, we don't do a full party carry on Lickstart because you need really good items. So we can do it later. But on Lickstart you carry 1 or 3 guys. You know, you don't do a full party. Makes sense, no? You just start it. Everyone is progressing. Also, you don't do a full party early on. So that's why I'm inviting 2 or 3. Patch notes in 7 hours. So the patch notes will be published in 7 hours, which is very late for me. Like 2 AM or something, 1 AM, 2 AM. If they publish the patch notes earlier, I will go online on Twitch again. So if I see them publishing them earlier, I'll go online again. I'll open the stream again. And we're gonna talk about it. Okay, I repeat, anyone else needs the ascendancy service, you get all the points here and it's free. Send me a whisper.
Impressive endurance.
So right now I'm about to open the boss fight. I need 2 more guys.
Rest a while.
Oi! So now, before I open the boss fight, I go outside and all the guys will teleport to my location and then we're gonna enter inside. So let's put the nickname. Send me a whisper. I just need 2 more guys randomly, even if you don't need ascendancy. Look, I'm typing my nickname on Twitch chat and on YouTube chat, yeah? Yeah, I need 2 more guys. Send me a whisper. I will invite you here, even if you don't need ascendancy. I want to test the build. How easy is to do the Trial of Sekema carry service on Lickstart with cheap items. So this is a fresh warrior that I started a few days ago. I need 2 more guys if you're playing. The more people are in the party, the harder will be the boss. That's the whole idea. So I don't want to do it with 1 because this will be easy. Let me ask in the trade channels then. Okay, 1 more. Okay, this is enough. We stop here. Okay, teleport to my location. I'm gonna open the fight and let's see how it is. It should be easy. Okay, let's open it. Enter.
I'm ready.
So I don't recommend more than 3, maximum 3 people. Warbringer is way superior. So let's wait for everyone. So Warbringer gets 1 extra totem. You also get minions when you summon the totems. Also, it's tankier than a Legionnaire. So it's better in all regards. Stay here, yeah? Stay here. Okay, let me see how the fight goes.
This battle is ours.
So I want to summon the totems to get my buffs. And now we do it. I want to see if I can do it.
I have seen how this ends.
I should be able to do it easy.
Your time has come.
Time to finish this!
There can be no mistake.
Oh, he has a lot of life. So the more people are in the party, the more life he gets.
Your fate binds
Oh!
temporary.
So there are 3 people in the party, he gets a lot of life here. Fuck!
These sands of time.
Oh!
For no
Fuck!
one.
I need to collect. Collect.
be
Oh!
slain. You could. This only ends one way. The sun's
That's why you need movement speed for that case.
Left to challenge me here.
And now usually on League Start they will pay like 2 free diviners if it's League Start, and you make a lot of profit. So imagine each spot that you have here, they will pay like 2.5 free diviners. Yeah, that's a lot of profit, and you repeat. You repeat and you make a lot of divines on top of the extra loot that you get here.
I shall
So you find magic relics that you can sell or you can use.
We will succeed.
And you can also find some powerful things here. Let me see if I have a spectrum chest. Yeah, no problem. So here, let's see what chest we have. So you can also get here extra stuff. You can craft timeless jewels, which have more value on League Start. You can get extra relics here that some of them you can sell. Here we can open. Can give you diviners. Relic. So yeah, you can make here some extra profit too. But the main source of Venit will be the carry service that you do for other players, yeah? And the more you upgrade the build, it will get easier and easier. But until you do your upgrades, I recommend you do 2 people or 3, yeah, for the carry service. Don't go with too many on League Start. So yeah, you can carry people on League Start. That's what I wanted to show.
You've got some
Yeah, thanks for coming. Let's do another map now. Put here Abyss. Well, let's take a ritual, why not? I'm gonna do a ritual now. Get a map. We juice it. With this build you don't need to read the modifiers because you can actually do all of them. Of course there are some combinations when you need to play more carefully. But the idea is that you can do actually all the modifiers. Let's do this one. We're gonna put ritual with irradiation and abyss, and we do it. Do you have momentum on skill tree? Man, I don't know all the nodes by memory. Let's type it here. No, I do not have it. I do not have it because you need to sacrifice some skill points to reach it, yeah? I don't have it. I actually have this one that gives you 5% extra movement speed and 5% extra life, maximum life, yeah? Yeah, I will not go for momentum here. No.
There is nowhere I will not brave.
So, if you like ritual, know that this build is very easy with ritual. Let me demonstrate. So, you move at all times and you drop totems every 1 second. My boy, I think I repeated like 50 times already, but I will repeat again. There was an interview with Ziggy D where they explained that in patch 0.5 you no longer see this on the screen. So they worked the visual effects for grenades, they removed them. So whatever you see now in this showcase will not be the case in 0.5. So they removed the clutter from the visual effects. So when you spawn the grenades, you no longer see what you see now. It was confirmed and they took the cluster grenade as an example. So whatever you see here will no longer be the case in the next page. Yeah, I repeated this thing a lot, even yesterday. I need to make a video on YouTube. Did you got an invite to the GGG event? No. No, I did not. My boy, you need to understand, usually they invite bigger creators. You know, they need creators with a bigger following because it's marketing at the end of the day. So dark microtransactions, people, guys that have a lot of people that a big following. So this event, it's also marketing for them. So it's in their interest, yeah, to invite big creators. And it's not just Path of Exile, can be from other games too, as long as they have a big following. It's a smart marketing strategy, yeah? So more people learn about the game, yeah? And the game is great, I mean. It's a great game. You see, you can do ritual without problems. It's actually quite easy. Let's find the last one. Just in Path of Exile 1. So I use MTX just in Path of Exile 1, but I also have it in Path of Exile 2. But now I'm doing League Start practice run, so I don't want to waste my time putting MTX. So this is my Shaman build, I do have MTX. This is my Warbringer build, I have MTX, but you know, I don't worry that much in Path of Exile 2. So these are warriors that I did on the spot from level 1 to 16, and I'm gonna keep leveling warriors until the league starts. And I don't worry about MTX when I do League Start practice. So in here I'm doing League Start practice, I don't worry about MTX. I do have MTX even in Path of Exile 2, quite a lot actually. Here is the boss, and I need to point out something. I took the boss difficulty nodes. So you have this one, map boss difficulty, yeah? If you remove those nodes, I will destroy the boss immediately. When someone is showcasing a build, you need to pay attention to the map boss difficulty nodes, yeah? I've seen, I don't give her the name, he did a showcase, and he said, look how fast I'm killing the boss, and in the Atlas, he didn't have map boss difficulty. So when he opened the Atlas, he didn't have this one, which gives the difficulty to the map boss. Of course, he will die fast, no? So pay attention to that thing. Done. So people need to pay attention to the area level, to the map boss difficulty nodes, needs to pay attention to the items that the player is using, yeah, if they are very expensive or cheap, it's important. Yeah, I see the ritual now. So look what's the plan. I will end the stream, but the moment they publish the patch notes, unless it's like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning, I will open the stream again. So if they publish the patch notes like in 2 hours or 3 hours, I'll go back online and we're gonna discuss them, yeah? So I'll be in the kitchen here cooking something. If they publish the patch notes, I'll go back online and we discuss everything, yeah? The loot filter, I'm using the one from Neversing. So when I start the character in the campaign, I put semi-strict. When I finish the campaign early on, I put strict. When I reach endgame, I put very strict. This is Neversing from Filter Blade. Filter Blade from Neversing. You don't need a fancy filter. No cooking stream yet. Yeah, I need to eat something anyway. So if you have the patch notes earlier, I will go online again and we discuss them. Yeah? Okay, we take it. You've seen that this is a good build. Let me show it again. So 2 weeks ago, I leveled the warrior from level 1 to 91 on stream. I showed the campaign progression. Last week, I leveled another warrior from level 1 to 91. This is the warrior that I did in 0.4. It's fully done. It's updated. And this is my other build with Shaman. I've been playing Warbringer like crazy since Path of Exile 2 started. You'll see me playing a lot of Totem builds with Warbringer. You see? High level. So these are from previous leagues. So I love this Warbringer archetype with Totems. I'll go in the kitchen. If they publish the patch notes, I'll go back online. Yeah, you can find me on Discord meanwhile. Here is my Discord. You can tag me and you can ask me everything. Here, let's put it on YouTube too. So here is my Discord server. Yeah, I think they will publish it like in 7 hours. Let me show it again. So there is a timer on POEDB. It tells in 6 hours and 31 minutes. So it's speculated that the patch notes will be released approximately 6 hours and 30 minutes, which is very late for me. It will be past midnight. I'll make also a video on YouTube explaining the changes. Okay. See you later. See you later, alligator. Closing the stream.